Hello and welcome back to another episode of the How Long to Be podcast, a podcast made by members of the community for members of the community. My name is Matt and I'm with my friends Leah.
Hello.
And Roy.
Version J Roy at your service.
Unfortunately, not with us today is Diallo. He has been struck by the gamer flu or whatever. He has to sleep something off, so we have relieved him of the burden of yapping about video games here. But we might have some messages from beyond coming in from his from his direction.
From the ether, he is pulled.
Today, we will, as usually, be talking about the games that we have been beaten, retiring, and playing recently, and then move on to our discussion topic of this episode, which is the grand spectacle of character creators, how much we love them, how much we use them, what our problems or criticisms are towards them, and more. Just before playing another run of the Untitled collection game to round it all off, and then it's goodbye. But first, the beginning. What have we beaten since the last episode?
May I start?
You may start.
Well, the most important thing possible has occurred. More important than all the stars in the sky. That's right. The 1000th completed Wordle has occurred. The big 1K.
Ooh.
They said it wouldn't be possible.
They said it could be done. In fact, earlier today, it might shock you, I went to 1001.
Oh, snap.
But
That is crazy.
wow. So I am going to continue to play Wordle, to be clear. But 1000, because of this whole, once I start getting a roll, I'm like, okay, when I hit 1000, the first time I miss, or when I get to it, I'm going to consider it completed, kind of thing. Because, you get what I mean? It's an endless kind of game. But,
Yeah.
yeah, I finished that. Today's word, by the way, was a weird one.
It's impressive that you didn't miss any.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you one thing, especially because I've had some shit sleep schedules at various points. I tried to always make sure I had to remember, alright, I'm going to be sleeping at 6 a.m. Better complete it at 3 p.m. Because I gotta work on
schedule,
it. Do something on it.
Schedule the day around what?
Yeah. That's how I feel about Wordle these days, so yeah.
Look, 3 p.m. to 3:15 p.m. Wordle. There you go. Everybody's gotta have their little Wordle docket, you know?
Totally.
Best part of waking up is Wordle.
No.
Or sometimes the best part of going to sleep.
I've regretted opening Wordle before leaving the bed before. It's been rough.
Yes, I think what we can confirm is Matt, great at Tetris, struggles at Wordle.
I don't even know if the first part is true. Yeah, go on.
I mean, surely after playing 50 Tetris games, you pick up skill at some point, right?
You do, yeah.
I hope.
I mean, you're not a Tetris grandmaster.
Yeah, definitely not.
But the only other game I beat this week, because this week I was kind of shuffling around and not able to play as much as I might want to normally, was Celine Wrecked, which was just a Newgrounds game that I played when we were discussing Flash games yesterday, but it was after we discussed them, so I hadn't been in for that segment, so it's here now. I mean, it's a very basic game. You basically...
Yeah.
God, I don't even remember. I think the controls were just left, right on the keyboard. They didn't use the mouse. But I mean, you just move left and right, you charge up a jump, and you bounce off stars, and you see how high you can get. And you get faster and faster and jump higher and higher kind of thing. It's one of those really simple Flash game, Newgrounds-y, itch.io-y kind of things. It was fun enough. But, it's one of those things, there's nothing to actually say.
Right. Yeah. Except maybe your best score, but you probably didn't save that.
I did screenshot it, but did I remember to save it? I can check real quick.
Is it like Doodle Jump? It sounds like Doodle Jump. I don't know if that means anything to you.
It doesn't trigger a memory.
What?
Doodle Jump was like a really popular mobile game in the early mobile game days, yeah.
But I didn't really play a lot of mobile games, so.
Yeah, no, you didn't miss much. It's fine.
I feel like every time I went to the app store, it was there.
Yeah.
I mean, I play modern ones. And I don't think it saved my high score. I mean, it was not a particularly high score. I remember that much. It wasn't some. Oh
Yeah,
man.
okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It does kind of look like Doodle Jump.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Can confirm.
Yeah. I would not be playing that then. Even if you had a score to beat, I would not be playing that.
Was it not good or something?
I don't like Doodle Jump. It's just my thing. Did not dig the hype. Did not get it.
Oh, Jump!
Yeah. I think.
I thought you were saying Jam this whole
No,
time.
Jump. It's like it's some weird green doodle guy, and I think they made like a TV show and shit. There's arcade machines these days. It's one of those
Yeah.
stupid.
They made a Doodle Jump
I think so.
freaking show.
I believe so.
That's shocking.
Anyway, nobody here has played Doodle Jump in the last weeks, so let us not actually get distracted by that.
I don't know. I think this might be a Doodle Jump podcast now.
No, but now I'm playing Celine Rex.
Lee, I'm sorry to say though, I would suggest you go through your beaten game first.
Okay, well.
Can I say one thing before we do?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. God, wait. How big is that number?
Yeah.
I just completed a game. It's 2,817,000. I think there's 7 numerical places.
I just did 268,400 points.
All right, there you go. I got 0.
21.21 meters. That was my
97.44 meters for me.
Well,
that'll be the only playthrough of this game. So
everybody gotta get on Celine Wrecked and beat the host's scores now.
Anyway, you can continue with actual important games now.
So the only game that I have beaten is Click to 10, which I also got because Roy mentioned it last time. But
goodness.
Excellent.
Yeah. It does what it says on the tin. You click to 10 and then you win the game.
I mean, it's true. You really do click to 10, right?
Yeah.
Matt, you can't be uncool. You've got to go click to 10 after this for the next episode.
No, I said it the last time. I do not need a game to click 10 times. And that still stands
Prove
true.
it.
I will not be challenged like that by you. I refuse to engage with this. So
I guess if it was pissed to 10, then that would be
then we would have a conversation. Yes, but unfortunately it is not. Speaking of piss, I guess it's my turn.
Yes.
So I got a bunch of shit.
We're doing piss verse again.
Listener, drink every time I talk about piss. It will happen, I promise.
In fact, it'll cause you to piss, so it'll be thematically resonant.
Yeah, it's all part of my evil scheme. So I beat a bunch of shit in the past couple weeks. I've been very, very much in the gamer mood, I guess. A lot of small things in there, of course. I'm gonna start, as I usually do, with the one game that I already mentioned in previous episodes that I have finished now, which is Old School Rally. That is finally done. I think I mentioned in last episode that I was more than halfway through. It is a rally racing game that is set up in different classes of difficulty with different cups in different classes of difficulty. And I had already, I think, by the time we recorded last episode, done the, normal difficulty and harder difficulty of the regular cups. And all I had left to do was the so-called vintage cup or classic cup with older cars and an open cup where you could just use whatever the fuck you want. And back in the last episode, I did say that the classic cars don't feel good to control. Which I'm gonna correct now because I bought a different car with better stats and everything was fine from there. And it was also pretty smooth cruising after already having completed the harder difficulty cup and whatnot. It was just the peak of the mountain was already conquered. Now it's just a bunch of joy rides until you get the credit roll. And that was really, really nice. Especially the open category cups where you could also use like non-race cars, like some joke cars that are allowed there. I had a good time like racing through these environments with a taxi cab, which genuinely didn't even control that badly or whatever. The biggest thing that I did, and that was a mistake in hindsight probably, but I'm also glad I pulled through the pain. I thought it would be funny, quirky, a joyous little idea to do one of those open cups with a hearse, like a full-on old-timey hearse with a coffin in the back, the doors flapping open so you can see that shit and whatever. And I did a 4-cup rally with that, like a proper, not just for fun, but actual progress rally cup with that shit. And that controlled like absolute ass. And I struggled through the first 3 tracks, but it was doable. It just needed a lot of practice and precision. Then the 4th track in that cup was in my most hated environment in the game, which were the China tracks I mentioned in a previous episode, which have like the craziest, tightest, windiest roads imaginable. And getting through that with this awful hearse was a genuine nightmare. I've ranted about this on the Discord server. Some people have witnessed my crazy talk over there when that happened.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah, like like every now and then you get to a racing game that offers such a hard challenge where you really have to like take the time and hone your skills to overcome it, that it feels like the greatest thing when once you actually have overcome that challenge. There's a couple like of those moments in my gaming memory that like are some of my favorite memories, like beating the 2 original Wipeout games, where some of those challenges where I really like locked in and overcame that shit, and that has become like one of the most memorable shits I've ever done in a video game, that sort of thing. And I did not expect this thing, driving a horse through China in old school rally, to be something like that. But I did sit there for, I think, multiple hours just on that one track, trying to fucking perfect this awful run of like squeezing a turd through a sewer system. Basically, it's what it felt to control the horse through these Chinese roads. And it was, once I actually managed to get it done in the goal time, it was like the biggest relief I have felt in a video game in possibly years. That was massive. And it wasn't even a challenge I had to do. I just I got into the typical trap of 3 out of 4 tracks were difficult and kind of frustrating, but doable. And then you at the last one, you just have to do it. Sunk cost fallacy and whatever. Like you cannot stop now. And I'm
And you can do it.
Yes, exactly.
Kind of.
It's
You know
like
what I mean?
it's not happening, but you can see it right there. You just have to get there. And
Right.
yeah, I put on my podcasts. I logged in, and I eventually did it. And that was like fantastic. I just wanted to really highlight that moment. Old school rally. I'm done. I did every cup. I got all the gold medals or whatever. Fantastic game. I got a lot of playtime out of this. It is still like one of my probably like best favorite baseline racing games, because it's so focused and simple and clean that it's just a satisfying experience with no extra bells and whistles. Still highly recommended, but I'm also glad or like happy to be done so I can move on to something else. Which is my second racing game in this list, called Hot Shot Racing. I put that after that immediately, and this was a much quicker playthrough. So I'm now here talking about the second racing game. Hot Shot Racing, I might have mentioned in an episode way back. I'm not sure. My nephew showed this to me like months ago because he owns it on the Switch, And I was like, well, I mean, I already had this game on my backlog myself because it looks neat and it's well rated and whatever, that sort of thing. But my nephew then also coincidentally showed me that game because he owns it on Switch. And I was like invigorated, like excited again to actually get it from my backlog and tackle it because it did feel very good to control. It's a very much like an classic racing game inspired thing, like an arcade racing game inspired thing. It has like visual cues of like it takes visual cues from like Ridge Racer and like Daytona USA. The other thing that I'm thinking of. It has that sort of tone, like a flat.
Also, the racing games I was playing a while ago.
Oh yeah. Hot Shot Racing has like a flat polygonal style, very colorful, a lot of quirky characters. It's just like really, well designed, and it has a strong emphasis on drifting. You really need the drifts to get around these tracks, and they build up your boost meter. That is very crucial to get the gold medals and whatever. And I played because it's another cup racer, circuit racer, with like 5 cups or 4 tracks each, whatever, that sort of thing. I played through all of them on normal difficulty and did fine, though it wasn't the easiest racing game, I feel. Even on normal difficulty, it's pretty decently challenging. And then I tried to do it on hard difficulty as well and could only get gold on 4 of the 5 cups. I eventually gave up with a silver medal on the 5th one because it just some of those tracks are way too like tricky for me to get through faster than the other drivers. And I spent like a good amount of hours on this for now, and I like this game, and I feel like I spent enough time with this to move on. So that's just where I leave it. I was originally thinking about also doing the cups on like an even harder difficulty, like the 3rd difficulty they have, but I got my fill earlier than I expected, pretty much. Still a very nice, well-made, like arcadey racing game. I got no complaints. I do recommend this one if that's your flavor of choice.
To my wish list.
Yeah.
Sounds good. It looks very much like the like PSP and later Ridge Racers.
Sure. Yeah.
Because the earlier ones, you don't have the boost.
Yeah. Right. I could totally see this being your like type of racing game as well, from what I know of you.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Okay. Other games that I've finished. Oh, I found or I remembered. That's not the right intro. No. There is an app on my phone that has lived there for I genuinely believe close to 10 years, and I haven't touched it for most of that time.
Ooh.
Because it beat me. It beat me instead of me beating it. Kami 2 is a puzzle game. I believe at least Kami 1 is also like on, PC and consoles and whatever. And like it has a decent puzzle mechanic where you basically have to fill shapes in a uniform color by using the paint bucket tool over and over again, but you only have a limited amount of steps available. That sort of thing. That's what it feels like to play.
The classic MS Paint puzzle.
Yeah, MS Paint bucket tool, but it has like an origami aesthetic and whatever. But functionally, that's what it feels like. And I played Kami 1 like over a decade ago. I'm pretty sure, and then because I like that, eventually got Kami 2 on my phone because it's free and it's the same exact concept just with new levels. And I remember liking it back then, but in its campaign of I think 120 puzzles or whatever, I could never get past the final 5 levels or so. I just could not figure it out. I did not watch the ads to get the clues. I did not pay to get clues. I just refused, and I accepted that it beat me for years. But I never uninstalled the game because of some desperate last bit of hope or whatever. I don't know. I think it genuinely even like
You
moved.
You had to live with your failure.
Yeah, pretty much. I always had to stare at it. I think it even moved like from phone to phone over the years and whatnot. It's always been there. And recently, I decided to open it up again. I decided to overcome this fucking bullshit and get it over with finally. And I'm gonna be honest, like I did come to the solution of the puzzle that stumped me for so long myself. I did actually manage to finally get over that. But even that, I think, took hours staring at that stupid screen again. The remaining levels, there was one of the levels where I did look up a hint online. But other than that, I did come to the end of this stupid-ass game on my own. I will allow myself the L of looking up one hint. I think that's fine. And I'm done with Kami 2. It's finally uninstalled, and I'm never gonna touch that again. Generally speaking, it is a cool puzzle game because it has a good concept and it's well made, blah blah. But yeah, I'm just, this was more of a struggle completion. I just needed this to be gone, and it's gone now. So
it sounds like the past 2 weeks have been a lot of struggle completions between the hearse and this.
Yeah. And it's also stuff that, like, none of this I had to do. I could have just not done it.
Yeah.
You wanna? Okay, here's
That's how
another
it is
struggle,
sometimes.
though. Yeah. I got one more struggle that is equally, or maybe the most frustrating of all of these. I revisited Tetris Forever, that collection game of different Tetris games. Like many months, many moons ago, I mentioned that in this collection there's a game that I wanted to revisit and properly play, and that's what I finally did. This is Super Bombless DX on the Game Boy Color. That's one of the offshoot sequels for Tetris where they implant bombs in the tetrominos, and you don't, clear whole lines by making whole-less lines or whatever. Here, you have to trigger the bombs to explode and remove pieces that way. So it is one of those spin-offs of Tetris, one of the few ones that I actually think works really well. They add their own flow to the game without overcomplicating things. And I enjoyed another bombless game a lot back in the like I think last year or whatever. So Super Bombless DX is special because this has a fight mode where you have a little goober running around your screen that actively sabotages your work, and you have to like make damage with the exploding bombs or clear the whole screen and win that way. Like, it's a sort of boss fight thing. And I loved that concept when I found it, when I originally looked at the collection. I finally went properly through that mode to get the credit roll that is at the end of it. I think it's like 8 levels, 8 different creatures with different abilities you fight against. And like 7 of those were fine, decently challenging, not really much of a problem. Number 8, the man's name is Mr. Bomble or Bombi. I can't tell if it was an I or an L at the end. And I need I wish. And I need Mr. Bomble to sleep with the fishes. That dude needs to die. I cannot believe how angry I got at that dude. It took me 30 to 40 minutes to beat the 7 first creatures. It took me.
Okay, I gotta cut up some. I thought you were gonna say it took you 30 to 40 hours to beat
No. Thank God that didn't. No. It took me 30 to 40 minutes for the first 7 creatures combined. But it took me 2 hours alone to get Mr. Bomble down from his throne of pain and suffering. That got me so close to gamer raging at some point. My God, but I did it. He is dead now. He's never gonna bother me again. You do unlock a New Game Plus thing, but I'm not gonna fucking touch that. I am done. This game rules. It's
You don't want to fight Mr. Bumble on hard
no,
mode?
that sounds like an actual nightmare to me. My God. Like again, Bombless, the series of Bombless as a whole is one of my favorite Tetris spin-offs. I recommend that wholeheartedly. And this game has it's like cool with its unique fight mode. I generally think that's a dope thing. But be aware of the difficulty. Maybe I just suck. Who the fuck knows? But like that was rough. And and I like there's still
I love the honesty.
yeah. And there's like other modes, of course, in this game. Like fight mode is not the only thing that you can complete to credit roll. But and maybe at some point I will pick those up as well. But I call this like beaten for now. I beat one of the modes. I got a credit roll. That's fine. I beat it. That's a basic completion in my eyes. And that's all my frustrations. I think the rest of the games on my list, yeah, I'm still not done. Are actually much more purer on a positive mode.
Oh yeah, that one right there. That one's pure.
Sorry, I'm the one that you're pointing out. I'm gonna have to. That's later. I want to get another one out of the way first.
No, that just builds suspense. Bro.
Yeah.
I got one more game that I actually paid money for. The rest is just browser games inspired by the last episode. The final game that I didn't pay money for it, but it's a Steam release. That's what I mean. I don't remember if I talked about this before on the mic, but I was recently looking for German video game productions. I even found like a neat website that has a map of Germany and then like pinpoints actual like developer spots, developer things on the map and what games they made and whatever. It's pretty cool. And one of the games that I found through that is a free release on Steam. It's called Leon's Identität. So basically, Leon's Identity, a German-only release dealing with a very German topic, because this is a cautionary tale of the slippery slope down the fascist ideology, that sort of thing. It is like produced, or at least partially produced by like a governmental body and whatever. Like it was made with some governmental entity helping the production, and it's also from what I've heard used as like generally like sort of educational thing in like school classes or whatever. But it is basically a first-person puzzle game where you explore your brother's room in your family's residential home, and your brother disappeared, and you're trying to find out what the fuck happened. And you go through his stuff, you completely disregard his right for privacy, and you like figure out that he completely got into the like conspiracy theory Nazi crowd, and like he's like genuinely just trying to join those forces of evil. And it's like it's cool to see a German like bedroom, some teenagers' German bedroom that actually feels like a genuine German bedroom, because it's not like the American visual aesthetic that you see in like your regular video game or whatever. You know what I mean? It genuinely felt like here's German elements that I can believe as a German setting, which is cool. And it has like a pretty neat concept of how you like figure things out, get the little clues and progress in what you have to unlock and whatever. Although it's way too eager to give you clues on what to do next way too quickly. I really did not like that. And I think the most crucial thing, while the concept of the concept of the story is not like respectable, and I do think some of the representations of how these kinds of people can like fall into this mindset is okay. but ultimately the dialogue is pretty clunky and corny and like very I feel what's the word, like pretty shallow at the end of the day. I think there's a good and a bad ending. I'm not entirely sure. I think I read something about that, and I did get a good ending, but it did not feel like earned. Like a good ending in the sense that you eventually get in contact with your lost brother and like talk some sense into him or whatever. But the conversation didn't feel like convincing. You know what I mean? I don't believe that this person would
Right, I
actually
get you.
change his mind. And that was kind of a bummer. I would have liked a bit more bite there. And I think I'm not even the only one like this on Steam. The reviews are mixed. There's
Yeah,
lots
I'm
of
looking at
people
that now.
that criticize it. I mean, I'm sure like a good half of them are probably also just people that think this is like propaganda against the very popular right parties going on right now or whatever.
Yeah.
But like half of them, from what I've seen, also have good points that this is just not like the best version of what this could be. It was not a horrible game. I respect what they tried. Some of the design elements were really cool, I think, but ultimately, yeah, this is not like this could have been much better, much more powerful, much more helpful to whoever might need this. But it's interesting to get a completely German video game, even though it sucks that shit, of course, has to be about fucking neo-Nazis. Like, I would.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's my German gaming for this episode. I think there might be more in the future.
We need to just stick to the Xenosaga game titles instead of going to that stuff.
True, yeah, with the Nietzsche quotes.
I like that Steam is telling me it's relevant to me because it's like Fallout 3.
That is crazy. Oh my god.
So similar.
Yeah, I think the first person perspective is the only thing they might have in common. Oh my god.
I guess they're both political.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. Okay, yeah. Fair.
So I can probably just seize those two tags and like, oh.
Yeah, I could see that. Okay, so that's all like all the like installed games, and now we're going to browser games, because after we talked about Flash games in the last episode, I got like even more fired up to go deeper into the Newgrounds shit and whatever. And for one, I went through a couple games developed by the man himself, Tom Fulp, the creator of Newgrounds, the one that created that whole platform that made Flash thrive so much, like, you know, in a way. And I went through a couple of old games by him, some of which were pretty good. The first of which is called House Hunting, which I think was his very, very first uploads or to his own website, basically, since, you know, he owns Newgrounds. And House Hunting is a rail shooter, I think is the right term, made out of like pictures, out of JPEGs, and you basically move down a street from house to house with people standing in the doorway of the house, the back towards you, and eventually they will turn, and you will have to make a split-second decision whether that person is dangerous or not, and you have to shoot or not. You are playing as a cop, and it has this very sophisticated morality system where when you shoot an innocent, unarmed person, you are a bad cop. But if you shoot a dangerous crook, you are a good cop. And that's it. You know, very simple, like shooting gallery. It sucks that it's apparently based on a real life tragedy of police brutality. I mean, yeah, it's not surprising, but like,
yeah,
it's not
it's mentioned in the game's description, and it's a bummer. And it's also weird to like get that as a inspiration for your quirky, joke-filled Flash game. But you know, this was made in Tom Fulp's younger years.
not gonna lie, that feels very Newgrounds 2007.
Yes, that is exactly right. Yeah, very much so. Because these people might turn around and like not have a gun in their hand, but like a vibrating dildo or some shit. It's so stupid, but it's pretty good actually. Like it's a reaction-based game. I honestly didn't have a bad time, and I've spent enough time with it to get the full good cop bar, and then I think that actually gave you a windscreen and whatnot. Like it's from the gameplay perspective, not bad, but Tom Fulp, of course, went to rise to much more, brighter games later on. One being the obligatory P mention in this episode, P-Man the game. We make fun about how often I talk about bodily fluids on this podcast, and I mean it's true that does draw me in pretty easily. I genuinely did not seek this out. This just happened to be in this collection of games I was looking at, and it's like fate is tempting me. Like it's not my choice anymore. I need to play P-Man.
Fate is telling you to go to the bathroom.
I refuse. But you know what's like? Okay, so what is this game? P-Man the game is a I guess you could call it a shmup. It's like an on-rail space shooter where you play P-Man who has to fight a poop monster by shooting a stream of piss at him. And you have to drink, lemonade that like the civilians of the city carry around for you to drink, to keep your bladder full to even be able to piss against your foe. And it has this whole thing. The fuller your bladder is, the stronger your pee is, the more damage you make. Like it has a very sophisticated piss mechanic and whatever. But that's basically the gist of it. What I find amazing about this is, and I love this, I genuinely love this game is a genuine like dedication to a member of the Newgrounds community that died at some point, and P-Man was their original creation. So Tom Fulp and a couple other friends, a couple other people in the community banded together to create this send-off, this genuine, like from the heart send-off in the form of P-Man the game, to appreciate their friend that unfortunately died. And I genuinely love that. I would, like, I can only dream of being remembered in that sort of way. Like, that is beautiful. And this is, and this, like, even piss and poop can actually mean so much, add so much to the human experience. This is, like, such a good showcase for this shit. So I will.
Actually, I think it's a showcase for P.
Yes, it's a showcase for P. Yeah, and I will forever, unashamedly enjoy my bodily fluid gaming, because this is out there and this is what it's all about, dog. Piss is bringing people together in the most beautiful way. It's great. Yes, it is, dog. Somebody created a Flash cartoon about a pissing superhero, and people came together to fucking celebrate it. It is beautiful. Man.
Aren't video games just great?
I love video games, dog. So that's okay. That was one of the Flash games I played. Two more made by Tom Fulp himself, because I was very curious what the main head behind the website created in his past. There's one game that's called The Last Piece of Cake DX, which, from what I have read, originally was a hidden Easter egg on the Newgrounds website that you only got if you fulfilled certain conditions. And eventually, years later, he just made like a revamped version of this thing and put it out publicly for everybody to see. And this is like a more of a shit post than anything. It's like a 1 minute playthrough or whatever, with the situation of you being a kid, or I think at a birthday party, you want the last piece of cake, but your dad wants it also. And the dad's response to you wanting the cake is, well, kid, I guess you gotta fight me. and then it's it's like a punch out style fight against your dad
Oh my
for that
God.
final piece of cake, and it's completely stupid. And that is
That's
it.
beautiful.
It is beautiful, yeah.
That's beautiful.
They could have clicked a 10 in that amount of time.
That's true. It did take more clicks than 10 to beat that game, but I think I would have better time with this than click to 10. The story is fantastic.
True.
So was Click to 10.
No, stop. I refuse to believe that. And the final Tom Fulp created game is, I think, his most recent game. This was definitely like only 1 or 2 years old. It's a thing called Drop Cannon, and this is like, now we're getting to the territory of polished, fairly lengthy video games that you would find, the style of which you would find on itch.io or even like for a couple bucks on Steam. This is a very well-designed, bright colors, good cartoon character designs and whatever, with a story about, I think, like a robot apocalypse, and you're tasked with giving out the correct guns to the troops' vehicles so they can fight the robots in the war. And so most of the time you spend in this factory. It's again a reaction-based thing where you have to quickly assess what vehicle is put in front of it and like add the correct gun to that vehicle. And that concept is built on throughout the game, where eventually you also get invaded by drones that you have to shoot out, or there will be imposter machines coming out on this line in the factory, and you cannot give them a gun, or else you will like make the enemy stronger and whatever. It works as a good game. It has a good curve of adding new things throughout it all until you actually reach the end point of the campaign and be done with it. I do think I played it for like a good hour or so. It's a proper game. It's good stuff. Yeah, Tom Fulp's Drop Cannon. I think he still is a good game designer after all these years. Start with the house hunting shooting thing, finished with an actual game called Drop Cannon. That is good. And now I have 2 more browser games that are not by Tom Fulp, and I hope to be quick with these. After the talks about Flash games in the last episode, I remembered some of the games that I genuinely played as a kid. One of the main websites where I and my middle school friends played video games online is a Swiss German website called playit.ch. I'm shocked that the website still exists. And there's a couple of games on there that I remembered playing back in the day. One particular I actually wanted to revisit, which is called Playing with Fire 2, which is a very straightforward Bomberman clone with multiplayer capabilities, which was the main reason why back in the day we played that. Revisiting it now, I did realize there's a single player option playing against bots, and there is 4 varying levels, which you could, win a match on and call it beaten, and that's what I did. Honestly, like, again, the basic core, the basic concept is pure Bomberman, but like the game does a pretty good job at like creating variety with these 4 different levels with like some little gimmicks in there. The power-ups are functional. Like, it's not that bare bones. It has a bit good color in there. And it was a nice thing to like revisit this with some nostalgia. It's a decent game. I'm glad to have it like on my How Long to Beat account now as a beaten completion and whatever. It's neat.
There you go.
I definitely spent more time with this in my life now than an actual Bomberman game. I need to change that though at some point.
You should try Bomberman 64.
Yeah, there's a bunch. I think I already got a bunch on my list. I bought the Bomberman collection recently on Steam, so that's probably gonna be my first.
That's good.
Yeah. Final freaking game, or it's 3 games that I'm gonna put in one thing because it's sequels. And we already talked about piss, but now I'm gonna be talking about other filth. If you're not into the after dark adult section of the How Long to Beat podcast, skip to the next segment. I played a thing called Frank's Adventure 1, 2, and 3, which again, originally released on Newgrounds, and I yapped about that the last time as well. Newgrounds was a breeding ground for pubescent teens creating their nasty fantasy games or whatever, with no, censorship or whatever, like everything goes. And Frank's Adventure, which apparently is also German developed. I only figured that out now. I don't know I knew that back in the day. It is an English language game, but it's very clearly made by a German guy. There's some broken, German English in there and whatever. And the developer is literally called Mouseland in German. Whatever. So here's another thing that my country created. Yippee. Frank's Adventure is a top-down view RPG style game where you play some dude going around completing fetch quests for NPCs who reward you with hentai pictures, which you in turn give to the local nudie magazine to make money. And once you got all the hentai pictures in the game and sold them all to the nudie magazine, you won. The story is over. And there's 4 games in this series. I only played 3 of those for now. And it's like funny, like
I guess we know what's coming up next week.
yeah, probably. It's funny, like in the first game, you do that. You sell the stuff to a nudie magazine. In the second game, you get a new location, and it's like there's another nudie magazine that's almost like running out of business and whatever, and they need your help. They have heard of your reputation as such a great agent for this shit, and you do it again. You do all these fetch quests and talk to NPCs and give them what they need and whatever. And of course, it's like stupid things like some woman needs cocaine and can't find it, so you get it from some shady dude at the harbor or whatever and bring it over there. Or you find like there's of course the obligatory video game references. You can like see Sonic the Hedgehog standing around, or like, oh yeah, there's like Donkey Kong invading a city like King Kong style. You have to bring him a banana to calm down, like stupid shit like that. It's dumb. And then the third game in the series goes even further, where you go on vacation on like an exotic island, and it becomes all about a fishing mini game where you have to upgrade your fishing gear and get different kinds of fish to make money. And there's Kirby in a restaurant who cooks up the different fish and pays you for the. It's stupid. It's dumb. But I remember playing at least number 1 as a fucking teenage boy back in the day. And it's so strange to go back and revisit that filthy nonsense now as an adult. But it is genuinely like a pretty like humorous creation that some dude put out there with decent like tongue-in-cheek jokes here and there. It's like actually functional as a video game as well. It is all fetch quests, but it's kind of fun to actually like somewhat have to keep an eye on your resources and not like spend a resource too much in one area and like soft lock yourself or whatever. I mean, the main challenge here is figuring out the right sequence to fulfill all the things that the people want you to do without running out of one resource or another and breaking it or whatever. But yeah, most of the fun truly is just exploring these weird environments and talking to the strange, colorful characters, a lot of which are stolen from other IPs, of course. There's actually what I laughed out loud with one NPC, because of course this is all hentai based. It's all like anime girls and whatever. But then you meet one character, which is just straight up a pixelated picture of some Playboy model. It just does not fit the rest of the game. I don't know. It's just stupid funny. And I'm looking forward to playing the epic finale of this series with Frank's Adventure 4. Yeah. I think I yapped enough. That is all my goddamn bullshit I've beaten since the last episode. That's what I've been doing with my free time. So please stop me. Let's go to the retired and past section, and I can see that Leah actually has some things here. So please take it away.
Sorry to tell you, this is going to be a very short section.
Uh-oh.
Basically, what I have retired: Tennis Clash, Tennis Manager, Top Seed Manager, Hockey Legacy Manager 26. I all uninstalled because I played them like a few more times since last episode, and I just wasn't feeling it. And I was like, I don't need these on my phone anymore, so I uninstalled those. And also Chess Force, I tried since you mentioned it last time.
Oh yeah.
A few other people, I've sent it to a few of people that I know that enjoy chess. And they seem to be enjoying it, but I'm not really good at these types of games. This is more like something my mom or sister would love. So I got through like a level, like 2 half levels. and I was like, all right, I give up on this. I'm not gonna beat my head on this too much.
Fair, yeah.
And also I tried Celine Wrecked during the course of this podcast. It took me about 3 tries, and then I closed the window, so that was the end of this.
Cool.
Since it's a high score game, did you technically beat it though?
Yeah, I would say so.
No.
Oh, if there's genuinely no other goal than a high score, I think it's beaten after 1 run.
Yeah, that's fair. So I guess maybe it should be in the beaten, but I hadn't finished it by that point, so.
Yeah. Sure.
That's true.
I guess that's all. Oh, fuck yeah.
That's the end of my retired.
All right.
Back to you.
I got 2 games I retired.
Hey, wait, you can have me go
Roy,
next.
what you got going on?
Fucking nothing.
Dang, dog, that's crazy. Yeah, so I got 2 games that I retired. One is another remnant of the Tom Fulp Flash game, collection that I was going through. I played the original Alien Hominid Flash game, which again in the previous episode we talked about, or mentioned at least, how that one eventually got like a retail release, and there was even a sequel just a couple of years ago. But I was kind of curious to play the original Flash game, which I remember seeing that around back in the day as a very popular thing, but I never actually touched it myself, I don't think. And yeah, it's in my retired section, so you can gather that it's still not my thing these days. It's a run and gun like game where you run from left to right and gun enemies. Jesus, yeah, it doesn't get any more basic than that.
It's what it says on the tin.
It really is. You're a little alien freakazoid, and all these people that are shooting at you, and you just have to avoid bullets and shoot back. And I'm not good at these things, and I did not like the controls of this Flash game version. I'm sure the retail release controls much better. So maybe I will give them a shot later or whatever. I'm assuming those are also like more fleshed out with different abilities or mechanics. But like as it stands, like the original Alien Hominid, I can totally see why it was so popular. It seems like for Flash games at the time, very polished creation. The visual design is very nice and very memorable. The little yellow cartoon character, the alien that you control, has strong 90s cartoons vibes to me. What's it like? Invader Zim was hugely popular, and this guy in my head has like the same kind of vibe to it. Yeah, but I didn't spend much time with this, so that's out of the window. Something that I spent more time with, and I'm actually not at all proud of this. So Walk was a bit slow lately, and when one time in the office when nothing was going on, I realized that on our Walk laptops, the default Windows games are not disabled. So I booted up that Microsoft Solitaire collection and found this little game called Bubble in there, and spent some time with that. It's one of those basic like games where you shoot colorful bubbles at an array of other bubbles at the top of the screen, and you have to match the colors to make them disappear. You know, that sort of stereotypical mobile game almost.
Like Zuma?
Not like Zumo, because Zumo has the balls come at you. This is like a static wall of balls at the top.
All right.
Wall of balls.
But there's definitely a million games with that sort of concept. It's not an original thought at all. What I have to say though, I'm kinda and this probably comes from extremely low standards in this regard, but I'm kind of impressed at the little mechanics and power-ups and whatnot they got in here. Like, it kind of, I'm also probably misusing this term, but it kind of feels like a roguelike in that you you unlock new abilities as you go, as you progress. You get a more like spaces to save certain balls in your inventory or whatever you want to call it. You get different power balls that have different effects on the playing field and whatnot. Like, it's kind of neat. I can totally see in a mobile game world how this could be one of those things that people might get really engaged with or addicted to, and it would make sense to be one of those kinds of games because it's absolutely infested with ads. Makes me yearn for the times where you could just play Minesweeper on your Windows XP machine with not having a single ad in your face. But this is
Remember Microsoft Hearts?
sure the card game, I guess. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I spent so much time with that when I was younger.
I never played the card games. I really only played the pinball and Minesweeper thing, and back then I didn't even appreciate those, to be honest.
Yeah, like when the internet would go down, I would just boot up Microsoft Hearts.
Sure,
So-
yeah.
Nowadays, would it still boot up ads while your internet is off?
Good question. Actually, I don't know. I should have. Well, I can't go offline on my work laptop, I guess, so I can't use this for Bubble. But it does kind of suck. It has the whole thing as well with granting you certain things if you watch extra ads and whatever, and it just sucks. It's like genuinely like mobile game slop on your Windows computer. And the game could be actually pretty cool as what it is if it wasn't like running on that system and whatnot, on that predatory system. But anyway, like, this is what I did on slow days at work. Don't tell my boss. If any of my coworkers happen to listen to this, I never said this, and I will deny it in front of your face. But yeah, I did this like one day for like 20 minutes or whatever. I thought I was done, but I actually did go back to this, and I think I put like an hour and a half into this like over the last couple of weeks, which I never expected, and I hope this will stop now because it's not a good game or whatever. Like, this is not the kind of.
Try something else on the collection.
There's Minesweeper in the collection, some modern version of that. I haven't touched that yet. I might. I don't know. But
Yeah, see how it compares to classic Minesweeper.
But it's like, I'm assuming it's functionally gonna be the same, just with more ads. I bet it's just gonna be that.
It's gonna be ads and ads.
There's also the danger if they actually have a modern Minesweeper with like some innovative new mechanic in there that's actually grabbing me. I will never walk again, and I'm just gonna be sitting there in the office playing Minesweeper and
you don't need work when you have Minesweeper.
Yeah, but sure, yeah, I guess that's true. I guess
Also,
that is
wait,
true.
you could try it out. This is gonna be stupid. But you could just try it on your home computer.
That would be so sad. Imagine playing fucking ad-infested Windows default games on your home computer when you have like 600 cool games on your backlog or whatever. Jesus.
Aren't you curious?
No, I don't want this. You know what I do want though? I don't know if any of you like remember this shit or have experience with that. Back in the day, there used to be a whole market of computer games that looked like you were doing work, like games looked like you were looking at graphs or Excel sheets.
Yeah.
Right.
We need to get these back, dude. I want those. Where are my Excel sheet games, man? Shit. Oh, God damn it.
There's gotta be some that exist.
I hope. I should look into that, and then
I should write down the ones I know I've played at least 3 or 4 of them before that had that panic boss mode button.
Oh yeah, that sort of shit. Yeah, I remember seeing some of those on like some shareware CDs as a kid, and I didn't really get it. Now I'm yearning for it.
It's funny though because I've never had a job where that would work. Because I've never had a job that like used Excel or Word or whatever. Like I needed to hide and show me like QuickTime or something like that, or like
Yeah.
Premiere. Like all my stuff has been like TV production and music production, so it's like panic and show me looking at YouTube for social media instead.
Yeah. Listener, if you know about any shit like this, please send it my way. I want to play more games on my work PC, I guess. I don't know what I'm asking for here. It's a wild world out there. You gotta do what you gotta do. That's all my retired and pause games. Let's continue to what we are playing right now. And thankfully, looking at our notes, I'm not gonna be the one talking the most. Thank God. Roy, do you wanna start with this one?
No.
Okay, well, Leah, I guess. Fuck.
Yeah.
I have my reasons.
Okay. What I've been playing, still playing Wordle. I don't really have a end game for that one, unlike Roy. So I'm just kind of just playing it until Discord stops working, I guess. Myrtle, I'm still doing. I finished one of the books. Volume 2, though, is like kicking my ass. There was like 4 of them in a row that I got wrong and had to redo. And I was like shook because I've done like 7 of the books so far. Like I only have 2 books to go. And I'm like, now that I'm getting puzzles that are throwing me off. So that's been kind of amazing. Still doing the daily ones on the website.
What the hell?
And
sorry, I meant to mute myself.
yeah, so we'll see. I only actually there's a new one coming out in October. But after volume 2, there's only volume 3 to go. So I'm gonna have such a long stretch of time before the next book comes out. So I think I'm gonna slow down on doing the book version of Myrtle and just work on like the daily website puzzles. I'm also playing Spyro the Dragon, the Reignited trilogy, only because Spyro the Dragon, the first game, is game of the month. And I had been saying that I was going to play this for quite a while. I had it for PlayStation 1, but I never did really. I don't think I ever actually played it for whatever the game was about. Like I just remember running around and jumping and flying and being like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do in this game. The end. Take out the game.
Honestly understandable. Yeah, sorry. With the old version, understandable.
Yeah. This game, I don't think I even knew what the purpose, like the point of the game, like the plot, or I still don't know what the plot is really. They don't really give you much to go on.
Isn't there an intro sequence about like the dragons?
They didn't. That's what I was so
rescue?
confused about. Like this is the remaster. I would expect
Yeah.
I expected at least like a little full motion CGI intro from the original. And I was like, oh, since I'm getting the reignited one, there'll be like an upgrade to that. And it just throws you in. They're like, save the dragons. Why? Why am I here? I don't understand what I'm doing this for. Like nobody.
Just do it.
The only reason I understood how the health bar worked, which is like the little dragonfly that flies around with you. The only reason I knew how that worked is because I knew about it from when I played it the first time. You don't learn that until like the 3rd dragon or so that you release. And they're like, oh, by the way, your health. I was like, bro, you're the 3rd person I take out, and now you're gonna tell me what this is for? Like, so like every dragon that you release from their little crystal prison or whatever gives you like another tutorial, and they'd explain certain things. And I'm like, this is a weird way of like showing you like the basics of the game or whatever.
I love unlocking tutorials.
So I'm stuck in the 3rd world because now I was just focusing on getting the dragons, thinking you're supposed to save dragons. I'm going to release all the dragons, like I'm Cisco or something. But then like there was a you have to also get like eggs. There's like this guy running around with eggs, so you have to like capture the eggs. So
oh yeah, those suck.
The third world or whatever, you have to collect, I think, like 5 eggs. So I was like, shit, now I gotta go back, do all of that. So that's where I'm stuck because those guys are very hard to run after.
Yeah.
Especially some of the places that they are. So yeah, so that's where I'm stuck now. And since it's the end of the month, I don't know if I'm gonna continue for right now, but we'll see. But also because I'm like stuck in this like hockey thing that we'll get to later. So we'll see if Spyro gets paused or not.
I forgot Spyro was Game of the Month. I did play that. Like, I had the original trilogy as a kid, and like 2 and 3 were by far my favorites. I would still nowadays 2 is the one that I would recommend. 1 would be the last one I would recommend. That is so messy and rough. At least you are playing the reignited version. Like, at least
That's-
it's like
yeah.
a bit polished there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I assume, they seem so well loved for such a game that I don't remember anything
Yeah.
special about. So I was like, you know what? If I get the Reignited trilogy, whatever was like terrible at the first one probably has been polished since, and that'll be a little bit easier to get through. So, but yeah, the story is kind of like non-existent. So I'm like, I'm still
Yeah.
waiting for you to explain what we're doing here. But okay, I'll keep saving you guys because you told me to.
I mean, there you go. There's the explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else do you need?
Cappy Hockey, also known as Sock Pop S4 Cappy Hockey, which is a sake game. They are like a very prolific dev. They have so many different games. You've probably seen a few of them before when you look them up. But this is just 3v3 hockey, but instead of people, you are a capybara, and your team, the enemy team, is snakes. And you can unlock other animals. Like every time you beat a game, you unlock another animal or whatever. So I only got so far as to unlock the snake because apparently snakes are very hard to beat. So I didn't win very often. But yeah, that's a cute little game to play. I was playing that while I was, in between Olympic events also.
Yeah.
Yoshi's Island, I am also playing again. It is one of my favorite games.
Yes.
And it's one of the games that I picked that basically represent me for the podcast. But this time I'm doing it as a community game with some other people in the Discord. So we're playing it by a randomizer. And I've never done randomizers before.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Really confusing for me, knowing that I know Yoshi's Island left to right, up and down, back to front. So to go through it with this is just like, why can't I finish this level? Okay, I guess I can't finish this level. Exit out, try some other level. So
what is it randomizing in Yoshi's Island?
There's certain things that you can get only after somebody else has played their game. So
yeah.
Like some things are just missing from the level, and so somebody else like releases them to mine.
Oh.
So it's very confusing for me because I'm like, why is this thing not here? And I'm like, oh, it's because somebody has to send that to me eventually. So there's only certain levels that I can do. But you can also go through and do like, for Yoshi's Island, the checks are like finish the whole level. You can get all of the red coins. You can get all of the flowers, all of the stars, stuff like that. So you can just go in and like do those at least. If you can't finish the actual level, you can do other things in the level before you finish. So it's given me a new appreciation of Yoshi's Island because, like, again, I played it so many times, like not fully, but I've gone back and forth and played like different levels over and over. So like I just know what I'm supposed to do for every level. So when they're not there, I'm like, how do I get around this without without the way that this is?
It will actually make you pay attention more to the things that you take for granted. That's I could see how that makes you appreciate it more. Yeah.
But it's good that I played Yoshi's Island because there was other games that I'm like, oh, I haven't played that in a while. Maybe I'll play that. But it's good to do this with a game that you're really do this with a game that you're really familiar with, because that way when something's not there, you're like, oh, I have to figure out how to do this other thing. So that's fun. Nitsal is also back. I pulled this back out of my phone. So I played a few more of those levels. It's the only card game that's left on my phone. So that's interesting to see that I still haven't gotten rid of it yet. Like, I should have probably gotten rid of that right before I started getting into all these other hockey games. But so yeah, now we've come to the Virtual Boy on the Switch, which I don't have the little cardboard thing or whatever that comes with the lenses or whatever their accessories that you have to pay for. But you can open the app and the app will just give you like two little monitors, basically, where like I guess you're supposed to put the lenses or whatever so you can actually play in 3D. So a lot of these games don't really work as well when they're flat. So I played Galactic Pinball, which works as a pinball game. That one's pretty easy to get through, so I was able to play some of that. Played golf, which is one that's terrible if you don't have depth perception. And it just makes me really want to just play Hot Shots Golf instead, because that's like my one golf franchise that I care about. And also with them having to split up the screen into two, the screen becomes way too small to see anything on that screen. So I'm like, I don't know where I'm sending this ball. But
my God. Is there
So it
no
was
like
terrible.
option to just have like a full one screen? Is that not a thing they allow?
No, there's a section where you can adjust how far apart they are, I guess, depending
Yeah,
on like your lenses or whatever. But you
yeah.
can't just have it like one screen. So and
Jeez.
also like I guess the whole point is having it in 3D. So they were like, why would you
Yeah.
want it to be flat? But
Fucking playing virtual reality without
I was
a
just curious
yeah,
because I was like, I would
it's
get
funny.
like the cardboard one is like $25. That's a reasonable price. I could get
Yeah.
that. But I was like, I just want to see if it's worth getting a $25 thing for like 5 games that I'm never gonna play again. So I was like, let me just see what these games are like. This on the screen, I couldn't tell what this was called. It looked like it just said in-house, but apparently the name of the actual game is The Mansion of Innsmouth.
Mhm. Previously Japanese exclusive.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I don't know what this is telling me, but I had to like look it up online and be like, what did I just play? Yeah, you're like trapped in a house or you're navigating a house or something and you're just like walking through the halls and there's monsters there. But the controls weren't working for me. I looked at the controls and they were like, "Oh yeah, use this to shoot or whatever." And I guess maybe you're supposed to find a gun somewhere else in the game before you get to the monsters or something. I don't know. Can't read anything. It's in Japanese. So I was just trying to figure out what the game was about and just ran into a bunch of monsters and the shoot button wasn't working. So I was like, clearly I don't have a gun. I died. And I was like, okay, that's the end of that. So that was actually pretty fun. I would probably enjoy playing that game
See,
in general if I could play it and
yeah,
understand it and it would be, either in 3D or bigger screen. But
I did not realize it was not localized. I thought the big thing was finally they got out in English or whatever. I guess you would have better time like going with a fan translated ROM which exists.
yeah.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah, I might look that up myself actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a few on the Switch Online stuff where they'll be like, "Oh, this is a Japanese exclusive," and then don't translate it whatsoever. And I'm like, "Well, I
Damn.
appreciate that you put this here just like that, but I can barely play this game." So
I mean, hey, you've got exclusive access.
Mhm.
yeah, it's fun. It's fun to like guess around sometimes and try to like learn the characters as I go through and just being like, "Oh, I guess that means exit. That means yes. That means no."
Right, yeah.
What else? I've tried Red Alarm, which is very
Yes.
cool game,
I
but
cannot imagine this walking on a 2D like
that's what I
screen.
was gonna say. Like,
Yeah.
it's super unplayable without 3D.
Yeah.
Like you said, and I can confirm, it looks great and it looks like I would have a lot of fun playing it, but like without the depth perception, it's like I'm just going, is this in the background? No, I just crashed. Okay,
Yeah.
anyway. Yeah.
That's rough.
Tele Roboxer, which is just basically 3D Punch Out, except not for me. It's like Rock'em Sock'em, sort of, without the fun parts. Really, all this did was like I was doing well, and then out of nowhere, the robot just like
Mm.
demolished me. I was like, okay, I feel like that was set up or something. All this really did was make me want to play. I downloaded a Rocky Balboa ROM hack for Punch Out a while back when we were talking about the ROM hacks. So I honestly just want to play that instead. So that's just sitting on my computer. So I'll do that eventually. And also 3D Tetris, which was a game of some sort.
Okay.
I don't really know
Cool.
what I played. I figured I understand Tetris. I'm gonna play it, and I don't
Yeah.
know what where the lines were supposed to be. Certain things they were just like piling up, and then suddenly they
Yeah.
were like, no, they're in this other level. Also, that I had to clear 2 of them at the same time. It was very confusing. I don't know what's going on there.
Adding a third dimension to Tetris, man, that's too much.
It honestly is, yeah.
Was that on Tetris Forever? That 3D Tetris?
No, definitely not. No.
Oh, that's interesting.
The funny thing is there's 2 Tetris games on the Virtual Boy as well. I think there's also V Tetris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's V Tetris.
It's so weird.
I think they're gonna have more coming to the Virtual Boy thing, so we'll see.
Yeah.
They'll probably just put the whole library on there.
Yeah, probably. And they're even putting out previously unreleased new Virtual Boy
Oh, that's
games, which is
cool.
exciting. One of which is a sort of kind of F-Zero like. And that like is my fucking
Okay.
shit. I hope they get the ROM out of that system for me to play.
I mean, see, that is a new F-Zero.
Kinda,
In
sorta,
a
not
sense.
really. It's more like a Red Alarm racing game, from what I've seen.
Time for Matt to get a Switch Lite.
Yeah, just for Virtual Boy.
Yeah.
Wait, Virtual Boy doesn't work with the Switch One though, does it?
It does. I have the Switch one.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh shit, I gotta try it then.
Get the cardboard, dog. At least.
If you purchase it for me, sure.
I consider
I
it.
can't afford that.
$75 in cardboard purchases later.
Oh my god, yeah.
Plus shipping and handling.
Now we've come to all my hockey games. So
Oh.
Superstar Hockey.
Sorry,
is
did you
the-
talk about Wario Land? Did I miss that?
Oh, yeah. I was going to talk about Wario Land.
The highlight.
Yeah. So Wario Land is not my favorite Wario games. I like WarioWares more.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. This was also another one that was reasonable to play in 2D, but very hard to see at the size that it is on the screen. So a lot of times I was like, I don't know what I'm walking over, and then he would just die because it was a pit instead of the land. So yeah, I didn't get very far in that one, but that one I might enjoy if I get the cardboard.
Yeah, that one is definitely a standout on the system. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be the second Wario Land game that I play. I think we owned the very first one on Game Boy, thinking that it was going to be like a big to do, and then Wario Land kind of just disappeared after a while.
The Game Boy Advance Wario Land is one of my favorite platformers of all time. That has so many cool ideas.
Game Boy Advance?
Yeah, it's 3 or 4.
Wario Land 4.
There we go. Yeah, I
Oh,
love
okay.
that one. Yeah.
I'll have to look that one up.
It's also on MSO.
Hell yeah.
The GBA one? Oh.
Gotta get on that.
If I recall, or do they only have... No, I'm pretty sure they released 4 on there.
Some of them disappear after a while, so I'll check.
That sucks ass.
I don't think
Yeah.
the Nintendo ones really ever disappear, though, do they? It's only been like 1 or 2.
Maybe.
And I think they were just like third-party ones that expired.
Oh.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Also, just so you know, Matt, you bringing up Bubble has been devastating to me
Oh,
today.
no.
I'm going to tell you a lie in a little bit.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So, Superstar Hockey, I'm still trying out. It's okay. It's fun because it's very touch controls sort of thing. So like instead of like having I hate mobile games that are like we're just gonna make your screen into the controller and then you have like all the buttons in your
Yeah,
way trying to
mhm.
like figure out, which is a lot like what Hockey All Stars is, but Hockey All Stars also I feel like I am able to score too much, and I don't know if it's because I'm so used to the way that the NHL games play that I'm like I feel like I'm scoring too easily in the arcade games now, so I feel like a little confused. But Superstar Hockey, the game the controls are a little bit more arcadey as well, but yeah, I don't really know like how much I enjoy 3v3 hockey. So I like that Hockey All Stars has like the full team on the ice because ow, Bird just slapped me in the air when she flew by.
Oh my god.
The bird hates hockey.
Yeah, so Superstar Hockey might get deleted soon from my phone because I don't care for 3v3 that much. But Hockey All Stars is enjoyable and you can do a lot more customization to your team there, so I'm enjoying that one a little bit more. We'll start talking about the old one first. So NHL 22. Like I said last time, I wanted to try the other molds out because I really tend to only do like exhibitions in these. And I figured as close as I can get to modern hockey to learn like players' names and what the teams are and everything like that, because I haven't really paid attention to hockey since like 2008 or so. So yeah, so what I did here, I did do the playoffs in 22, but I only created 3 teams, but you can't have a playoff with an odd number of teams. So I had to, but you can only do like 6 or 8 or something like that. So I had to throw in a bunch of other custom teams. So I made a team of like all the greatest players that I can think of and put them up against like my ragtag team of only the people who have like the worst scores in the league, and threw them into
I love doing shit like that.
I made them into like a little custom league as well with my 3 created teams that are based on heated rivalry, and tried to like put them all into like their own thing. The point was it was supposed to be like, oh, this is supposed to be for a heated rivalry, but I cared too much about the Maple Leafs halfway through the tournament. And I took the Maple Leafs all the way to the Stanley Cup. So the other cool thing is that my created team that I came up with called the Pizza Rats from New York beat the all-star
The
team
Pizza
of
Rats.
yeah. It was funny because I was playing that team. I was like, I'll play the Maple Leafs and I'll play this other team in the tournament. Everything else can just be CPU. And then they put my like ragtag team up against the all greats. And I was like, we're going to die in this. this everything was like sudden match. I've sudden death matches. I wasn't gonna do like best of 3, best of 5. I was like, we're doing this or we're not. And then like halfway through the tournament, I was like, I really want the Maple Leafs to win. So I changed out and started playing the Maple Leafs, and I took them to the Stanley Cup. So that was pretty cool to do. And now I think that's going to be like my main thing, where I just end up playing, like coming up with like teams and just throwing them into a tournament and just like watching them duke it out or whatever.
It's fucking fun, dude. And you can come up with gimmicks. You can be like, what if I put all the fastest hockey players on a team and all the strongest hockey players on a team?
There was one that I was watching on YouTube where somebody. The problem for me is that like you can make a female player, but you can't put a female player on the same team with the male players. But apparently you can do it online. So somebody online put like a whole team of females up against like the strongest hitters in the league on the other side, just to see like if that was going to like do. And she was like, I don't know, but this is hilarious to watch. So she was just like having a ball. And I was like, I'm not going to buy online, but that sounds great. Like, I want to do teams like that now. So
it's so lame that you can't just put them together. It's a video game.
Yeah.
Who's gonna actually be upset?
Yeah.
You know?
True.
So, but then I thought that was sort of why I wanted to try 25, because 25 was supposed to have the PWHL team. So I was like, oh, maybe I can create custom female teams also, but you can't really. You can only play them as the playoffs. So I was like, okay, well, whatever. Or like a season. So I was like, okay, you can't do anything with the actual female players. So
that's stupid.
It is very stupid, but apparently they didn't change it much from 26, but we'll see. But also in 22, I also am playing the Be a Pro career mode thing. And that one is hilarious because like the thing with like when games give you choices, like, you know, like when you're playing like an RPG or something and they give you like 2 choices and it's like, clearly this is the good answer, clearly this is the bad answer, or sometimes they switch them up and guys as each other or whatever. But like this one is like they have the star answer and like the team player answer. So it's like, do you want to be like some broy dude who's just like, no, I'm the best, you know, hockey's gift to this team or whatever, or like, sure, coach, I'll do whatever. But like, a lot of times when they try to do that in this, they're not even paying attention to what happened in the match. Like he'll like Patty will like go up to the box and the coach will be like, oh, we need to put pressure on the team, and it's like tied 1-1, and I'm like, okay, fine, we're gonna do that, coach, sure. And then we lose and he's like, that's the kind of pressure I was looking for. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You just lost.
Look, you might have lost, but the pressure was
yeah.
So I didn't do anything. But then there's like, you also get like motives from like incentives in the league from your teammates too. Like one guy just like went over to me and was like, next game we should try to be physical. So you're either like, no, we should play a good game, or like, yeah, man, sure, I'm in for being physical.
I'm gonna fuck
like,
him up.
do 5 body checks next game or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I guess. Like the greatest thing was there was one point where he comes up to you, it's like the one guy, I'm like, nobody else is my friend here, I guess. But like,
he's your bro.
He's my bro, yeah. So he comes up to him and he's just like, hey man, I'm gonna go to a jazz concert. Do you want to like hang out at the jazz concert? And I'm like, sure. And one of the choices is like, oh yeah, I'll just buy tickets for the rest of the team. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's like a bonding thing or whatever, cool. So they do that, and then the next night, it's like, okay, play the game or request a trade. And I was like, From like the game was like
that jazz concert must have gone sideways fast.
Yeah.
I was cracking up at that, and I was like, "What happened at the jazz concert that you can request a trade now?" Like, damn. And then like one of the things was like you lost $100 for like paying for the jazz concert or something.
Oh,
I didn't even
wow.
know I was getting paid, and I was like, "Nah, I lost $100 and I can request a trade. This is crazy. Like, what's going on?"
Jesus.
But did you do it? Did you request the trade?
Yeah, I'm curious to see what that would do.
Fuck.
Other than getting a trade, but yeah. I have to I wanna look at that part of the game mode also. But I also tried the NHL 3s, which again is 3v3, so I don't really care for those. And they start you off in like the Western Conference, and like I don't really care about any of those teams. So it's like, oh, beat these teams. It's like a ragtag. And I was like, I don't care about these teams. They can win if they want. Like I don't
Okay.
care.
Whatever, fuck
I'd
them.
be off in like New York, then I'd be like, all right, come on, I have incentive to win. Like, I don't know. They give you like this random ass team, and I'm like, I don't know who this is. I don't care. There's also the NHL ones, which is like your 1v1v1. So there's 3 of you on the ice. It's half of the rink, or maybe even just like the offense section of the ring, not even a neutral zone. And it's just the 3 of you just running around trying to, and that is the most fun I have ever had in a sports game. I am loving how chaotic it is. Like anytime somebody that's not you has the puck, you might get scored on. It's so crazy. So that I've been enjoying.
Sounds
but like
wild.
the only bad thing about that part is that you can unlock different arenas, like different rinks, maps, whatever. But like they still have like the same outfits on. Like I want to be able to have like my own uniform or whatever. They just give you like jeans and a hoodie, and I'm like, okay, like
Oh.
I think you can unlock different players as you go also. But I'm like, I want to be able to change what they're wearing. Like the one guy I was playing just had like a red shirt on, and I'm like, okay, like I want to be able to do something by winning all the damn time in this tournament. Like give me incentives to keep playing.
If
Right.
only they had a good character creator.
Oh,
Foreshadowing.
wow. What a fault.
That was the other thing, because I created a player for the Be a Pro, but he doesn't show up in the customize your creative player things. Like I created teams, I've created players, but the guy from Pro isn't in the custom created character.
You can't
So I
like
was like,
import him?
no, I was like, where did he go? Like he's there when I opened the Be a Pro thing,
That's
but
weird.
nowhere else. That is strange. But in NL25, however, because of the fact that I bought this specifically for the female hockey stars, and they don't allow me to do much with them, really I've just been playing just that one section where you can play them, and then anytime I want to do anything else, I go back to 22, because they have like, this is the one where they, I don't know if it was this one, but this is the one where they have like some new technology. So like the way you play on the ice is like supposed to be more realistic and more simulation, and it just sucks. So
Oh, man.
apparently
So
the
it's just
best,
like fucking like Madden NFL 13 or that bullshit.
yeah. So the thing, what I've seen online is, I think it was NHL 14 or 13 was like the last true good one. And then everything else
That
is like
doesn't
very
surprise me.
little things that they've put in over the years. I only picked up 22 because I was able to make a female player that I can't use anywhere. So I don't know,
God.
but yeah, and now 25.
I guess
can
maybe
play.
try one of the PS2 ones or NHL 13 or something. See how they compare then.
Yeah, I'm curious. I was looking it up because I was like, what if I get the NHL 14 or something? And I got to dig out my PlayStation 3.
I mean, you know, PS2, in some cases PS3, but mostly PS2. That for a lot of sports games, that was kind of the last time.
Yeah. The other thing that I can say about both of these PS games is that the ice is like the players look amazing, and apparently 25 has better graphics, which I can't really tell, but the ice looks like plastic. I don't know why
No.
nobody has mentioned this before, because no one seems to be complaining about it. I guess because there's other things to complain about, but it just like
There's a
the
lot to
design
complain
on
about.
the
That's true.
the design on the ice just looks like if there's like a white thing and they put the designs on and that's what you're skating on. It doesn't look like there's a design and then, inches of ice on top of it where it has like that translucency. Like when Zelda
The
does better
frost.
ice than NHL where you're on ice all the time. It's probably strange, but
Yeah. I like how I've been so invested in this segment, and then Matt's just like.
I was about to say though, it's a bummer you're not playing Spyro 2 because that also has ice hockey.
I will eventually get to Spyro 2, but
That's my comment.
Yeah,
for
we'll have
this.
to see what has better visual ice, Spyro 2 or NHL 25.
yeah.
My money is on Spyro actually. In this case.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the other thing is interesting is that when you play NHL ones, you're playing. It's supposed to be like, oh, just like games outside. Like one of the rinks is called the farm, and there's like a barn in the distance, and you're just like on this outside rink that you're playing, and that ice looks like a frozen lake ice. I don't know why the ones in the arena look so shit.
So they can do it.
They can do it, and that's why I understand why the arena ice sucks so much. But yeah, I even went into the settings to be like, is there a setting to make it like less like more translucent and like more? I was like, how do I get the ice to look like I'm skating on ice and not like some plastic practice ice?
I feel like, I mean, I don't watch the sport or whatever, but I feel like professionally treated ice rinks do look like that, like artificial as fuck. I don't know. If I look at
Yes.
pictures on Google as well, I feel like, yeah, I could see that tracking as
I
plastic.
feel like usually you see at least like a little bit frosty. You know what I mean? It's usually not
Yeah.
that kind of. It doesn't usually look like a air hockey table. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it literally looks like an air hockey table, and I'm like, where are we? This isn't Madison Square Garden. I don't know what this is.
You gotta add like a little bit of wear and tear, like where their skates have been in, a little grooves or
You
like a
can
little
see when
frost around like the color.
Yeah, when you skate by and the light is hitting, you can see like the scratches in the ice, but the scratches don't go over the design. And I'm like, I understand that probably because like branding and sponsorship, they were like, oh no, they can't. This isn't Burnout. We can't have our logo scratched up. But like at the same time, realism. You're going for so much simulation in your hockey, but you can't do ice. So
Strange.
anyway, that's my hockey rant.
I'm glad that after all our sports stuff, it does seem like when you tried them, you've enjoyed a fair amount of them and had a good time.
Yeah.
Especially because I've never really heard a lot about like hockey games, so I'm interested in hearing this. Honestly,
True.
Yeah, I've always been the person to be like, if you're gonna get a sports game, just get one, and then when they change the rosters, just move them to another custom team and use that team. Like you don't have to like keep buying the same game every year. But now I've got two from like the same decade, and NHL 26 apparently has the two new PWHL teams in it. So I was like, what if I get NHL 26? Like every time they up the roster, I'm like, maybe I get this one this time. But we'll see.
And some of them they do actually play different.
Yeah. So we'll see if this becomes my sports franchise that I get locked into. I'm hoping to get match point so I can go back to tennis soon, and maybe I'll be on the lookout for Hot Shots Golf and play one of those because I haven't played that since PlayStation 1 when I had a demo. I didn't even have the full game, I think.
Wow.
So.
Hot Shots Golf to go with Hot Shot Racing.
Yeah, I had the thought as well, yeah.
Yeah, I should finally get into my Hot Wheels racer that I have.
Damn straight. Get on that. We like funky little cars.
All right. So I've got to come out right now and say, Matt, you ruined me with Bubble. And not for the reasons you probably think.
Okay.
So the reason I didn't say yes on this plane segment is I was like, haha, I'll be funny, and I'll pull up Minesweeper on my computer, and I'll be playing Minesweeper, and I can say, haha, I started playing Minesweeper. So I tried to pull up my like solitaire game list. First off, I don't have Minesweeper.
Is it?
How do they not include Minesweeper?
It might also be like a purchasable edition. I'm not actually sure.
I think so. Yeah, I remember Abatage talking about that on it.
Who makes you pay for Minesweeper?
No. I didn't click on it. I just saw it in a menu. My work PC doesn't even have it unlocked.
It wasn't on a menu. It wasn't on a menu.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
I had nothing.
Nothing.
It's nothing.
The other thing is that it took an inordinately long time to load, right? And then I started playing this game called Gravity Blocks, which first off is weird. I was like, oh, it'll be like Tetris. It's not, but kind of. Well, first off, despite being called Gravity Blocks, the blocks don't move. You've got like a grid, and you start like grabbing these 3 blocks from the sidebar that, just like Tetris, once you place them, or they get placed or whatever, it swaps. You start placing them on the board, and they have like gems in them. And when you get enough gems, you move on to the next level or whatever, right? So I played like 3 levels of that. I mean, it's just like your random ass fucking mobile game. There's nothing to say.
Right.
But for some reason, it was so laggy.
Yeah, that Microsoft optimization.
So the point I'm trying to get to is that it was so laggy that once it closed the Microsoft Games things, my computer kept lagging. And I shut down my entire computer and rebooted it. It just came back like 2 minutes ago.
What the fuck? Wait, and this is part of the Microsoft Solitaire collection? What?
Yeah, it was what's it called?
The funny thing, I don't even have that on my home PC. It's only on my work laptop.
Well, I guess you have to look up Gravity Blocks on your work laptop next time.
I guess so. Or maybe not, actually, now that you tell me this.
No. You gotta try it at least once now.
Oh gosh.
My computer is still like loading stuff, so I can't even search for like what it was called.
Here's the thing, though. All of these Microsoft games are also on the website in a browser, playable in a browser. Maybe that runs
Well,
better.
you can do it right now, then.
No, I don't want to.
You can pop up Gravity Blocks while I complain about it.
No.
But, like, it took like 10 minutes to reboot. What the fuck is Gravity Blocks doing?
It's brand new, man. They just added it. It might just, you need a hard gamer setup for this to run, probably.
Oh my God.
This is what they want me to play in logic puzzles to get more keys to play like actual logic puzzle. This is that same game, except it doesn't have gems. It's just like keep playing until you get like a certain number of lines or whatever. So this looks a lot more fun to play, but it's like.
Well, you could try it too to go with Click the 10 from this time.
Just play Bubble, if anything.
It was solitaire and casual games. That's what it was under, solitaire and casual games.
Yeah.
I mean, casual for who?
Not me, apparently.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch that. It's bad enough how much time I spent with Bubble, honestly. I don't wanna enhance that time. Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
The other thing is Tabletop Simulator, which I was playing a lot of late at night for like solo stuff for the create a card thing I'm in, but there's nothing to really say. So like,
how has that been running for you?
So the thing is, it's never been. First off, I'll say it ran better than Gravity Blocks.
Gosh.
So gotta give it that.
The bar is so high.
Yeah. So Tabletop Simulator has never been like, oh man, this runs completely smoothly. Sometimes I have to like reload a room to get to work, or like I'll disconnect and have to reconnect. It seemed fine recently.
Okay. I heard a lot of people were saying that like some of the assets were kind of going by the wayside just because something with locations and Imager, which everybody's been using to like store their assets or whatever. I haven't opened it.
So the thing is, since I'm mostly using it to play that custom card game thing, we all have custom assets for the game. And I don't know if we use Imager, but about 3 weeks ago when they did their first network update, we did have an issue, a very consistent one, where only like half the stuff would load. And we had to wait like 2 or 3, like not even 2 or 3 days, like one day, and then they fixed it.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I gotta boot that up myself.
What are you planning to play on there?
Lorcana.
Oh my
and Magic.
gosh. Are we still on that? Goddamn.
Matt says that while, like, for the 3rd week in a row, he brings piss to show and tell.
Yeah, I'm a cold shot person, obviously. I got my priorities. God damn it. Don't tell me y'all don't piss. I know it.
Look, all I'm saying is 100% of people who've pissed in their life have died.
Shit, that's true. Fuck. I didn't think about that. On that note, I guess it.
Yeah. On that note, Matt has a game I'm very interested to hear him talk about.
Small Saga, is that the one that you're interested in hearing about?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that shit rules. Yeah, I started Small Saga. I think it's pretty well known. I feel like that made its rounds before it was released because it has pretty cool art going for it. So I like little critters, I like little creatures, I like little disgusting little rodents and whatever, and Small Saga is all of that. I love xenofiction, stories from the point of view of animals, and Small Saga checks all the boxes. It's an RPG about the critters roaming around like the underground of London. Pretty much, you control. The main character is an angry mouse on the search for revenge for the god that took his tail and whatever and murdered his brother, and he runs around armed, wielding a Swiss like pocket knife to fight his enemies, and it's fucking badass. And he meets like an elemental wizard mole who like carries a lighter to attack enemies with like the flame and whatnot. It's super cool. It like I only put I think
It rules.
I only put like 2 hours in so far. I think I'm like really early on, but like the world building and the visual design are already like so strong with this. I'm really excited to like learn more about this. You have this whole like sort of fantasy world going on with like the kingdom of rats with all these dark tales that people on the street tell about them, and like the reclusive mole people, and you got the dangerous house cats that everybody fears and kinda want to like the rebels, no, not the rebels, but like the youths of the society of the rodents. They want to like fucking kill the house cats, while the traditional elders, they want to praise their gods in beliefs of giving them protection and whatnot. All these like really cool ideas, making this setting of all these more or less unloved creatures of the world surviving in a city among humans into this grand fantasy world. It's like, I love this shit. You have a pigeon who's your fast travel companion and whatnot. It's super cool. And like I don't often play RPGs. That is like one of those genres that I usually don't touch, especially because a lot of them like go on forever, and I'm not playing a 60-hour game. But like, I think this is like much shorter.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So it's not like that intimidating or whatever for me. But I think like with this sort of setting, I could see myself getting engulfed in like a lengthy RPG. Like this seems like sort of a potential for that exception. Either way, from what I've played so far, it's just badass to see this angry mouse fucking wield this big ass knife against the house cat and whatever. And I just reached like the first major city with all these interesting NPCs running around, and I'm like, this is gonna be one of those games where I talk to everybody because I'm genuinely interested in what they have to say. It's also all very like pretty with this high resolution pixel art, lots of colors. It's great stuff, and the creature assortment is just really great. Again, you got the mouse, you got the moles, you got the rats, you got like a squirrel bard I met, and there were roaches in the sewers. Of course, huge plus point in Gold Star for that. And like little clever ideas like the stereotypical mimic treasure chest in this world is a chest inhabited by a spider and whatnot, like that sort of thing. It's cool stuff. And I do enjoy me a turn-based fighting system every now and then. If the mechanics, I guess, are interesting, and this seems to have some neat, attack moves and a skill tree and whatnot that I can see myself, get somewhat involved in. So this is, high hopes, high standing for now. This is what I'm probably be looking at the most in the future from what I'm playing, because I got other stuff on the playing tab, but I honestly haven't really touched it in recent times. It was just all those small things that I yapped about earlier. And I think there's going to be a lot of racing games going on right now. Again, I think I mentioned this before, very much in the mood for like lighter casual games right now. So I think Small Saga right now is going to be the only one with a, more thorough experience. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be my actual game for a while everything else around it is going to be probably like little casual games. I still consider Don't Stop Girly Pop and Pokemon Ultra Moon actively on my playing tab, but I genuinely can't be bothered to pick up my 3DS these days. Like handheld platforms have completely fallen out of my favor over the past decade or so. And Don't Stop Girly Pop is I still think that's a super cool game, but right now I'm not into the fast-paced action, I guess. So that is all
Can
that's
you
going
take
on
your
with me.
3DS to work with you and play it instead of Bubble?
So see, I'm only playing Bubble because it's there on my laptop, and I don't, I can't still do walk at the same time. If I'm sitting there with a
So what you're actually saying
3DS,
is you do a Pokemon emulator.
I honestly, you know how often I have wished I had just emulated this Pokemon game. I would have been done with it by now, because if I had it just on my goddamn PC where I play everything else, it would have been so much more comfortable in so many ways, other than actually having to grab that little stupid thing. Like I got
Is grabbing the 3DS that difficult?
yes,
Is this like the hidden 13th task of Hercules?
Me
It's
with
annoying.
Professor Layton. Yeah.
That 3DS was a gift from previous host Abatage, and I really appreciate it. And it's cool to have it like hacked, ready to go on original hardware with whatever game I want. But that is becoming less enticing with every like year that goes on. Like
Yeah.
I would much rather emulate a 3DS game on my proper PC, big screen. I can record it. I can sit in a much comfortable way. I don't know. Like the handheld concept, that small little thing, which I don't like to hold.
Can you not just sit in the same way?
I could, but it sucks. I would much rather look at my screen than like being like
big ass screen,
hunched over this like tiny thing that's
That's
cramping up my
fair.
hands. It's just something that has become stronger and
It's like
stronger in recent years for me.
the Switch, like you can play it handheld or you can play it docked. And like if I can play it docked, I'm gonna play it docked. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like if I have to play it mobile or like if I'm, like on the bus or something, then okay, fine. But I'm like the moment I get somewhere, I'm like, I was in the middle of playing this, I'm gonna dock this and I'm gonna play it on the big screen.
I mean, I'll admit I play my Switch on my desk a lot by just kind of kicking the stand out. So I do play it in handheld mode a decent amount, but it really depends on the game.
Yeah.
Pokemon,
Yeah, that's true.
something like that, good. But I don't usually play like an action game or whatever.
Yeah, Zelda is rough in handheld. The battery kills real fast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like Fire Emblem, awesome.
Yeah, Tetris, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tetris. I have played a lot of handheld Tetris.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. It is a weird thing. Anyway, like I used to be a huge fan of handheld platforms back in the day when I was much younger. I thought it was a really cool way to play a game, especially since handhelds had something unique about them. There was more changes, I feel, with handheld from generation to generation than with home consoles in a way. Maybe that doesn't make sense. It just felt that way. But like
I feel like smartphones have changed how we feel about handheld consoles.
There's probably something to that, yeah.
Not me, but probably for some people, for sure.
Because like before it was like innovative because you were like, oh, I'm away, I can like play this wherever, and now our phone is that device that we take all the time. So now it's like, why do I have two devices? What is this?
Yeah, you know what? That is.
I guess another thing is I
it.
really don't have like a personal I don't really have a personal smartphone, so
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I think there might be something to that. It generally is. If I'm not at my PC, I actually just wanna do something else, not something that I'm already doing at my PC. I guess I don't wanna move away from my gaming station to play a game somewhere else. That seems
Yeah.
stupid. That seems annoying to me.
Yeah.
I would just, for me, I'm the kind of guy, I'd just be like playing on my desk and like talking to my friends or something, you know?
Yeah, but like, and I've done that before, but every single time I wish I would just have it on the same device, on my big screen. Why do I have to
Yeah.
sit here with a screen while I'm having another screen in front of me? That sort of thing. I don't know. It's just
But then I
unnecessary.
don't have to tab out. That's a plus.
Well, I do have multiple screens on my PC that are connected to the same system.
I don't, so that
Yeah.
also, I guess, is
Yeah,
probably something.
That's another
Yeah,
thing.
that's fair. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's a subject, I
Well, I
guess,
mean,
for another time.
There's also something interesting. There's also something interesting how having multiple screens or whatever can affect how you play.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Huge. I would not want to go back to a one screen PC setup. That would actually suck ass.
It's very confusing when I'm on a laptop because I'm like, what am I like? My laptops are not connected to my whole setup, so like,
Yeah.
whenever I'm just like, this goes on the other screen. That's not here now.
Yeah. Where do I put all these windows?
Yeah,
Fuck.
use a lot of minimizing.
Yeah.
Oh man, too comfortable.
And it's funny to have this conversation, but I'm literally having a third screen like coming in soon to expand my PC. Anyway.
I mean, that way you can play gravity blocks while doing the podcast.
I mean, I could do that right now as well. I just refuse to.
That's what I'm saying. I just meant with multiple screens. I didn't mean with the third one.
I genuinely.
You can play gravity blocks and Minesweeper at the same time now.
I got a better Minesweeper than the horrible Microsoft shits. I really don't want to play more Microsoft games other than Bubble, and even that I want to stop. It's just.
I'm so curious about Bubble now. I'm gonna look this up.
Again, the game is
Man,
fine.
imagine if they had three.
There's probably
Hear me out. Imagine if they had 3D
better
Minesweeper.
alternatives. Yeah, 3D Minesweeper.
Like 3D Tetris.
Yeah, honestly, I mean the same thing goes for both games. The simplicity of the 2D environment is what makes them great. It's a big part of it. I don't even want it in 3D. Anyway, how about we move into our actual discussion topic, the scheduled one, which is, as said before, character creation. No. Yes, we will talk about character creators.
I'm just imagining one day Matt just says no Tetris, and then we have the Tetris episode. Too long has he waited.
Yeah. So character creators, they are around, and we engage with them occasionally.
Are they though?
I assume so.
They're
Do they
everywhere.
really exist?
I mean, okay, yeah, before even going into like the questions in the notes that we have for ourselves, yeah, genuinely not a bad question. Do we even like experience these? Because I was thinking, preparing for this episode, I think the typical character creator game is not something I play much. I don't play a lot of RPGs, for example. I don't play much sports games. I genuinely think I have very little like experience with character creators. And I'm assuming you have much more.
Yeah.
I like to think I do. Granted, a lot of the biggest RPGs I've played haven't had character creators.
Oh yeah.
I can think of a good amount.
Like all that comes to my mind is like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and Spore. Spore is gonna be the most extensive character creator I've experienced. But other than that, like I don't think like there's also a distinction between a character creator and character customization in a game that gives you a character. I guess. I mean, I'm not really seeing that as the same thing, but I guess that might be a philosophical discussion.
Yes, we're getting into the philosophy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
I was gonna say, yeah, like character customization, like I guess in Grand Theft Auto, where they give you a character, but you can change their clothes or whatever, versus like Saints Row, where you're creating your boss from scratch. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you're just like changing the color of the clothes or whatever, that's not really the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And so I don't actually think I've played a lot of games where I could make one from scratch, which is interesting to me because I didn't realize that before. Or I'm just misremembering.
I think I've played a decent amount. I doubt as many as Leah because I feel like Leah's played more games that have that kind of energy. But you feel me?
Yeah.
Right.
I
I
would
think there's a
say,
clear hierarchy here, is all I'm saying.
yeah. I mean, just in the last week alone, I've played so many character creators in the NHL games alone
Right,
that it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, this is
Yeah.
where I live now. Spend 2 hours in this character creator.
Oh, I just remembered now. Okay, I forgot about this. I think my main character creation experience is probably the wrestling games where you can make a wrestler from scratch.
Ah.
And I made a
Oh,
ton
yeah.
of like weird custom wrestlers and spent hours on that. I think that is my most character creation activity ever, aside from Spore.
That sounds right.
Yeah. I remember like
I don't-
I have a
recreating my
question.
favorite teacher in there and whatever. It's very strange. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I thought you were done and I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, good.
I was gonna ask, is like, are things like create a team in Madden or this like philosophically a character creator effectively?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too, because like in the NHL, when you have to create the arena and their mascot and like so many different things,
Right.
like
They give them a
and it's like,
name
is
and a
this-
logo.
Yeah. I mean, you can also do that in what is it, Tony Hawk's Underground? You can make like the little sticker that you smack on the things whenever you graffiti.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I do not see that as part of
that-
the character creator.
No, well, yeah, it's part of like the customization, I think. But that
Yeah.
also took me a bunch of times where I was like, you know what I want? I want this. And then that actually was probably better. I understand that the NHL games, you play them online, so the character, the logos have to be like, family friendly or whatever. So they
Mhm.
won't give you like that level of customization that you can do
Right.
with Tony Hawk. Because Tony Hawk was like, you can add different layers and move them around and rotate and change the colors and stuff. So you can do whatever. And in the NHL one, it's just like either you have letters or you have some other team's logo that you change the colors to. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Okay.
okay, this is so
See,
boring.
real
So, like, I
quick,
missed the
I-
Tony Hawk one where I can just make my own shit.
I do want to add, like, this is one thing. Somehow we've gone back to the sports games, but I'm going to do it anyway. One thing that annoys me about modern creative teams with sports games is that they do stuff like that or have presets in Madden. Like, Madden 07 doesn't have, like, you create it from scratch kind of thing, but they have, like, 60 or 70 preset logos that aren't just the teams already in the NHL or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can do a bit more with it. I think NFL 2K5 might have allowed you to like do more with the logos, but I don't remember.
Yeah. In NHL, you can change the colors to them, but you can't turn them around or whatever. There was a lot of them that I was like, while I was doing the heated rival ones, the Boston ones comes very close. But then the other two was just kind of like, this kind of looks like their logo. I don't know. Because it was like, I can't do anything that looks like their logos close enough. So
Yeah.
I think if you want to do the separation of customization and create a character, I would say the most create a character I've done has been The Sims. Where you have to create
Oh, yeah.
everyone
I
in
mean,
the
yeah,
game.
Sims.
Yeah, that's fair.
So- So I think
It's
that's
gotta
probably,
be high up there.
that's probably,
True.
yeah, the creator I've spent the most time in, because that's literally the entire game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think probably my favorite one has to be Saints Row. Like, there were multiple times. Saints Row was probably also the first time that I did a character that wasn't connected to me in any way. Like, we can get into a lot of conversations about like how you create your character in certain games where like that's like whether it's like an avatar review
Representational
or if it's
versus
like your
like making a
idealized,
character.
yeah, like the ideal version of you, or is this like a character in the universe or whatever. And like Saints Row was like the first time that I was like, I'm not gonna make it look like me. I'm going to make a character and there's gonna be like a whole personality, like basically how I would make a sim before, where I was just like, I'm gonna make this character. And like for Saints Row 3, I think I made like this Nicki Minaj fan where like all her stuff was like super girly and like bubblegum pink or whatever. And my dad was like, doesn't look like something you would drive at all. And I was like, no, but that's her character. Like, this is how she wants her stuff to be.
Something that I would drive.
Yeah. My dad was like, "Why is everything pink?" And I was like, "Well, that's because that's her thing. Like, I've
Yeah.
decided that's her character." So I really went like
That's
to
the
town with
character.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it kind of like puts the question here, the fantasy versus the self, which is like kind of like a typical question when it comes to character creations. I feel like do you more often like do a character that feels like a representation of yourself, or do you much more prefer doing something completely different? I feel like there's truly like two types of people.
I'm not sure. I'd have to think. I don't think I've ever made a character that represents me and like create a character. I think I've always either just fucked around or like made an intentional character.
Yeah. Yeah, it's strange because like in Skyrim, I also did like I was just like going through the faces and I was like, oh, this kind of looks like a person from that era of wherever it's set, and then
Mhm.
just started going down that line of creating a character. But when it comes to it's interesting to I think how far you're going to take that customization. Like with Saints Row, I was trying to play the game like that character would play it. But most of the time, I'll just make a character and then I just play using my own morality system. So, like, my
Right.
characters always
Yeah.
end up being good because that's the choices that I would pick. And I was like, I can't play like
Sure.
a devious character ever. So, this character could look like, Snipely Whiplash, and I'm still going to be like, no, he's a good guy. Like, in Red Dead, there's a whole morality system where you can be bad or good, and like any little thing that I do always like pushes me back to good. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to be bad here. There's things you can only do when you're bad, and I can't
Mm.
figure out how to stay bad long enough to be able to finish those missions. So
See, I think I'm unintentionally often make a representation of myself because I pick the attributes that I like. I like long hair on a dude. I like long beards on a dude, and that's something that I do occasionally carry in real life. But I'm also liking it on other characters. So the characters that I create often are that. There's also like some staples that I have, like blue hair color, which is something I love. And because I love it, I also had it in real life before. So I kind of like have these things that I recreate that coincidentally also could represent myself because I like them both in video games and in real life. But I'm not sure if
yeah, I always try to go
yeah,
towards red hair if I can get it. So I feel that in the hair
right,
section.
yeah. So,
Right. I, I feel like kind of going off something Leah said. I feel like I do try to like create a character and roleplay stuff, especially for like an RPG. But that does depend a decent amount on the game.
yeah.
Like I've never done an effective job of role playing like a dark side character in Knights of the Old Republic, for example. Partially because I think some of the dark side options are like they can be so over the top, I guess I would say. But like I will play a character in the options that are given differently in that game if I make him like a counselor scoundrel type than like a warrior guardian or whatever. Because there can be like good sneaky option, good direct option or whatever. Or
Yeah.
neutral or you get what I mean.
Yeah.
I
So
think not character creator, but I would just want to add in Persona games I also tend to like think of a character / how I think the main character would act and then go with that over my own thoughts.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what other. I guess like every time I play one of those like Black Desert Online or like those gotcha games, like I guess Infinity Nikki is sort of in a way. I guess that's really more customization than character creator. But anytime they just like throw you into the character creator and then you got to spend like 30 to 40 minutes to an hour just trying to figure out like your character before you know anything of the game. That's always the struggle because you're like, I don't know who fits in this story yet.
oh, sure. There's a funny note here from Diallo that he left in his absence, where he is talking
Yeah.
about how he spent multiple hours creating a character for the game Dream Daddy, but didn't actually play the proper game late until like months later. And that's
Yeah.
so the character creation itself was enough of an experience to fucking warrant spending so much time in there.
I know he mentions also somewhere else that he had his Dragon Age character, the character creator in that. I played that. I haven't played Dragon Age, but like they sometimes games will. Saints Row also did it, where they put out the character creator first as like the tutorial, so you can get your character set up before the game comes out, and then you can just like import your character into the game, so you can
Right.
just straight
Oh,
away
yeah.
into it. And that alone will sometimes be like, this is gameplay. This is excellent gameplay. Me just creating this character for 2 hours. That's what happened in AO Tennis for me, where like I thought I was
mean-
gonna get to play the game, then it just ended up just being the character creator, and I was like, well, there they are.
Fucking weird.
I can
yeah.
do nothing now because I'm
Got 'em.
not buying this game.
I mean, I can tell you right now, if we were doing like just creating a character and not playing the game, I'm sure I've spent at least like 300 hours in like Madden Create a Team.
It would be the Spore creature creator for me in that sense. I have spent multiple hours in that just creating things without actually going to gameplay, and I would do it again.
You would. I
Um,
mean, you might even do it again immediately, for all we know.
there probably still does not exist such an extensive creature creator in a game, possibly, which is a shame because there should be an update. Yeah. Here's a must-ask question. What are some features in character creators that we are often disappointed by or really want to see done well but haven't yet? I feel like hair is an
A
obvious
lot of them
one.
don't have very, very body shapes.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, Diallo has a point from the last for go-to elements. He says that he goes for hair physics and makeup options. But he's also best dissatisfied with locking hairstyles behind a certain gender. But I will say also,
Yeah.
I know this is a huge point of contention in the community, but like also locking hairstyles to like different, like they don't have
Ethnicities
the
or
same
something.
amount of like hair textures for like people with curly hair, or
Oh,
like
yeah.
afro
Right.
textured hair. A
Mhm.
lot of the times I'll see that in games where like my hair is curly, I want my hair to look a little curly, and it just looks like they have a rat's nest on their head. I'm like, that's not what curls look like, but okay. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that
I feel like
that
at least
tends to
part
be
of that
like,
has got to just be because of like texture memory or something, detail.
Yeah, I don't. You would think they would figure it out at some point. The same thing with beards. I don't know
You
if I've
would.
ever seen a good character creator with a long beard that doesn't seem like a stick stuck on like little
Plastic.
fake thing.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I think I'd agree with both the curly hair and that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was definitely one that I saw recently, and I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was Dragon Age, where people were like very excited because it had like afro textured hair, and they were like, "Wow, somebody actually,
Yeah.
they actually somebody from the community
Right.
and like textured these, themselves." Because they were like, no, like a lot of times people will be like, it's the Killmonger hair that they call it, like from Black Panther, like that one like taper fade with like the dreads in the front, like they just do that
Right.
all the time for the black characters, and it's like, okay, nobody in real life has ever had this hairstyle ever, so why? Just because it looked cool in one movie, they're
Also,
like, yeah, everyone.
Also, why would you pick the antagonist?
Yeah. I mean, it was a cool looking haircut, and they were like, oh, like this is like this looks cool. We're gonna put this on like every single character now. So, and a lot of people were calling out Miles Morales in the last Spider-Man game because he had that haircut, and they were like, "Who? Why would you do this to him?" But yeah, a lot of times also it's really hard to find like braids or like they're either like cornrows or just like one plate down the back and that's it.
Yeah,
There's no
right.
like pigtail braids or anything like that. So like, so yeah. Also, I guess sometimes like the long hair is like cut off for the men, and like or like short hair for the women. Also, sometimes that tends to be like point of contention for me, where I'm just like, I want a really short cropped hair, and they're like, do you mean a pixie? And I'm like, no, I just want really short taper fade on this girl. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah,
I feel like sometimes particularly short characters can look weird in that regard. Can just look weird in character creators. Something you said just made me think of that, so I'm bringing it up.
Yeah.
like the body stage or the
I-
hairstyle. Is that- I'm sure.
Body shape.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I think sometimes they almost look kind of like, I don't know, not childlike. That's not the word I'm looking for, but like not like they're just a small adult. Is how I put it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Right.
That's true. A lot of times, like with the Japanese RPGs, they'll try to like make everyone with like that Sephiroth hair of like super long, and then like the
Yeah.
character itself is like 4 foot tall, and it's like, what? Why? Why did you just turn them into like Pepe Le Pew or something? Because like their hair is so long and they're so short, and it's like comical almost.
Hell yeah, dog. Hell yeah. Diallo also mentions in the notes that he frequently recreates the same character, specifically Lisa or Lisa Rinna from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I don't know who that is, but the idea of recreating the same character in different games,
I love that. Yeah.
I'm trying to
It's
think
fun.
if I did that in my wrestling days, maybe if there were any recurring people.
I know I've done it because Saints Row. I played the Saints Row games way after they were mainstream, I guess, or new. So there was a thing in Saints Row 3 or Saints Row 4 where you could import your boss from Saints Row 3.
What you said, your real boss.
That
I mean, you could.
Oh gosh.
by the time that I got around to Saints Row 4, that was no longer available to like down import or whatever. So I went into Saints Row 3 and took screenshots of every single slider, and then went into Saints Row 4 and like recreated my character. And it was wrong. They still didn't look the same, even though all the sliders were the
boy.
same. And I was like,
Yeah.
why? So I had to go and change things around to get her to look a little closer to how she looked in 3. But that was interesting to me, where I was like, something changed between these creators to make her look a little off, even though like they had a tool to import it, thinking that it would be the same. But so I just want to know what the code in that importer was to get it to look exactly the same, because they obviously knew that certain values needed to be twisted a little.
Right, yeah. Can't even think of a game that I played where I was able to import a customized character from one to another. It seems like
I think you can do it in Mass Effect.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would
Mass
assume that, yeah. It would make
But
sense. I have not played the.
never got into.
Kind of do it in Star Wars Coder too, but
Hmm.
like not fully.
Yeah, none of the games that I play.
The one thing when it comes to like creating characters over time and reusing them, since I like to write and do stuff, I do like to create like original characters for my writing that feel appropriate in a game and like recreate them in a game. That's something that's fun. Especially like a role-playing RPG kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't play with characters, man.
Have you ever used a Lego character creator, Matt? That seems like something you might have done.
A Lego character creator.
Lego Racers has that. For
I mean,
example.
yeah, but like all you do there is like switch out predetermined pieces. Like, I I don't think that. I mean, I played Lego Racers 2 especially, and I did probably make a whole bunch of characters for different playthroughs, but I actually don't remember it being like anything of note. I mean, the car customization is more.
I mean, I wasn't saying it was robust. You just said you haven't played many, so I'm like, oh, I wonder if that's fun.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, in Lego Racers 2, I guess technically counts, true, but definitely not something that I think about with that game. There's certainly more that I just don't remember, but yeah,
I know for a while there was one of the Soul Caliburs, probably 6, and Fallout 4 going around because people were doing all the making different people in the game and just showing them all.
Right,
and I
yeah.
think probably for like
6.
Baldur's Gate or Dragon's something.
Dogma? Dragon's Dogma?
Yeah, that one.
Is that it?
That a lot of people were like making all these random people. I know Cyberpunk apparently has a really good character creator.
Yeah. And I did play that for a couple
Yeah.
hours, and I'm trying to remember if I did anything of note in there.
I gotta add, one thing that does sometimes feel weird with Cyberpunk is how detailed the character creator is versus how much you actually see your character.
Yes.
I was questioning that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that, you know what? We were talking about dissatisfaction with certain features. There's something that can kind of bug me. If a game is like really in depth with character creator, but you never actually see it,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird.
which I feel like doesn't happen often, but like I don't know why they let you model your junk so much if you're never gonna see it.
For the photo mode. I guess the excuse is the photo mode in Cyberpunk.
I guess Matt used the photo mode.
Yes, it was the best thing about that game. The only thing that I ended up caring about that game before abandoning it. It's good.
It's the thing with Saints Row. You can like there's like sliders for your like body hair in different parts of your body.
Oh,
It's
hell
like,
yeah, dog.
I was like, this is amazing. I appreciated that to hell. But I was like, you're never going to see this because my character is never going to be shirtless. So.
Yeah.
Or I mean, they were sometimes, but like you're also running behind them, so
I
you
guess
don't
it
see
wasn't.
their chest. So
Just
I
put the
remember-
chest hair on the back.
I remember in GTA 5 online, there was a style where you could carve a smiley face in your chest hair, and I do remember picking that and then running around shirtless just to show it off for a long time. That was good shit.
in Saints Row 3, there was you could do like tan lines. I very specifically put tan lines on my Saints Row boss and just made her wear a tube top so you could see the lines. I was like, this needs to you
Yeah.
need to show off your tan lines.
That's neat.
That's wild, actually.
Red Dead is also, I mean, that's more of character customization, but like it's fun to see how different people have set up Arthur and John over the years. Cause like in that game, their hair grows, their beard grows, so like you can cut it into different lengths and stuff. So like it's always great to be like, you played your character looking like that. Like, why would you have them look like that for this part of the game? Like
Are you not ashamed of yourself?
it's just like a lot of different like aesthetics that you can make them like. I remember playing it and being like, no, he's gonna be super rugged, and then you get to the city, and I was like, maybe he should buy a vest. Like, but like other people were just like, no, he's gonna look like a farm boy for the entire playthrough that I'm doing, and it's like, all right, I respect it. Like, some people were just like, we're gonna make him grow his hair out all the way, and he's just gonna be like that the whole game. I was like, all right, cool. Other people were just like, no, he's just gonna be bald for some reason.
Sure.
It's fun to watch people just have all the ways that they can express themselves in these character creators also.
Yeah, just true. I still to this day see people post like highly detailed me characters like on the Nintendo
Oh
systems,
yeah.
and doing like some wild shit with those
Yeah,
really basic
me.
shapes.
You got the me fighters in Smash Brothers, which I haven't done
Of
much
course.
with, but I do got some me's.
That and Metopia, you can do so much with those like custom people. You can throw them into like as the villains or as your friends or whatever. So like I remember I specifically quit Metopia and went downloading a bunch of me's because I was like, I don't have enough friends to make this roster. I need other people to create characters for me. I don't have enough me's here.
Very sad.
So yeah. I think maybe for Wii Sports too. I remember my nephew and I just being like shopping for me's online, just being like, oh, we need that one, download that one. Oh, this one's Bowser, download that one. Jack Black, download that one. Like,
Of course.
so that I wish, I don't know if you can probably do it if you have the online section of NHL, but like I wish that there was a way that you could like share your custom teams and characters with people, because that would be super cool for me. Also, you should be able to import your teams and characters from an older game, but
Yeah.
I guess that's too much to ask for somebody who doesn't have PSN.
I mean, I think the importing from a previous game is just going to be a problem because they would have to always have the same textures and never get rid of them.
That's
that sort of
fair,
thing,
yeah.
the same assets. And in fact, I actually believe the one of the reasons why like an online sharing system might be missing. My personal theory is that it's often because people recreate branded characters and they probably can't have them on their server or something. That's just what I always think, but maybe that's not even even part of it. Who the fuck
I mean,
knows?
it would not surprise me if people were concerned about that.
Specifically with the
Like
sports games, yeah.
corporations, whatever.
It's definitely going to be part of
Yeah.
it that people could, I don't know, in a wrestling game, people could recreate a real wrestler and put it up online. Then nobody would buy the official DLC or whatever. Like that sort of thing is surely going to be part of the
Yeah.
equation. Yeah.
I'm sure there's communities online where they'll just share the sliders that they have.
Oh
But
yeah.
Also,
Oh,
some of
yeah.
those get intensive, so I'm not going through all that.
Yeah, I remember for the WWE games that those were a big thing to share around. Yeah.
Yeah. WWE and I would say Soul Calibur also were
Yeah, I could see that.
I would see everywhere. People were like, here's my take on this person. Here's Luigi.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, Luigi. Hell yeah, dog.
Where's that Mario sports game? I want Mario Wrestling. Mushroom Rumble.
It would be. They already have a fighting game. I don't think we're gonna get any closer to it
True.
than Smash.
But it's not wrestling. That's more just
Yeah,
a rumble tumble.
Nintendo's not cool like that. I don't think so.
I will also take Mario skateboarding outside of Play Mario.
That would be actually wild to see something like that. I could not imagine that.
Just grind on some pipes.
Finally, a Mario and a half pipe.
Kind of sounds like a rule, though.
No, I don't want that. No.
You've heard of turtles in a half shell. We got Mario in a half pipe.
Oh, that's
But the half pipe
horrible.
has to have like those strings of fireballs that spin.
Jesus
So you have to make
Christ.
tricks before it hits you out of the half pipe.
Well, I can tell you for free that Mario would be the last person I would make a character create. That seems like a waste. Although does the Nintendo 64 Mario head count as a character creator because you can like squish and change
Oh.
it?
No, because you can't play
No.
him.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You
They
can't play
should.
him if you just hold on to the mouth and like move his mouth.
Okay, I will say this. I would love a Super Mario 64 mod that just imports the face you squish
Yeah.
onto his model when you play the game. That's
I
the only
would love
difference.
that actually. They should have done that to begin with.
Somebody should make a ROM hack like that. That seems like a good idea.
Get on it, ROM hackers, with something I definitely know is programming viable.
Yeah.
I mean, it shouldn't be too hard to like save
No,
the
I
texture
don't-
map and then add that to.
I mean, is it
On
even the
top of
same
his
model?
It's not. It has a different polygon count. It's not gonna. It's not gonna be imported.
I mean, to be fair, considering that you can play Super Mario 64 in like Super HD or whatever, maybe you could get the polygon count to work either way.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Transfer.
I'll take that out. You're right. Do we have any more character creators to shout out? Honestly, I don't. All I got left to say is that they should allow more hairstyles with a head on, and they should allow more backpacks in Tony Hawk's Pro
True,
Skater.
actually.
Thank you.
Backpacks.
Yeah, I love backpacks.
I've never liked backpacks. That's so funny.
Backpacks are not like a popular option in these editors, I don't think.
In Dreamlight Valley and Infinity Nikki, I don't know if it's like a girl game thing that they do, but like
Girl game thing.
they'll just have like either wings or like a backpack or like a purse to give you, and I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? This doesn't add anything to my inventory. Like, why are you giving me this cosmetic thing that does nothing?
Yeah.
So it always
For
throws
the
me off when they're just like,
for
oh, what
the
do you want on your back? I'm like,
vibe,
nothing
For
actually.
the head lore, I don't know. I take wings.
I guess. Yeah, my character, my Dreamlight Valley character has wings only because they had like fairy wings, and then I bought the only DLC that I bought in that game was like vulture wings, and I was like, those fucking
Ooh.
rules. So
That
Yeah.
does sound dope.
it's like
yeah.
crow wings or whatever, but they look more like vultures. And I was like, that's awesome. I think it's supposed to be like Maleficent's crow, but whatever. I was like, bird
Yeah.
wings, done.
I do want a bird character creator, but what else is new?
God, yeah.
All right.
Matt's ideal game is like bird character creator, roach character creator,
And they're all pissing.
and like one of the options on the slider is the size of your bladder.
I'm sure that's a mod. I'm pretty sure that's a mod in The Sims somewhere. I'm sure of it. There's
Yeah,
gotta be.
Probably.
Probably true. Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
Matt was just completely caught off guard by that one.
Yeah, did not see that coming.
So Diallo has on here on his notes, Diallo has some of his favorite memorable character creators are Soul Calibur 6. He says, I have dozens of hours in this game and I literally don't even know how to play. I just make characters and watch CPUs fight each other. This one is especially good for outfit customization. Characters I've made include Flava Flav, Sasha Velour, Sexy Shrek, and Lisa Rinna.
Of course.
I'm concerned about the sexy Shrek.
No, I like that.
I'm gonna need
with
screenshots
that.
of that. Honestly.
That is true, yeah.
But he's already sexy. That's the problem.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Elden Ring, he says, especially for freedom of customizing faces, characters I've made include Waluigi, I beat the game as him,
Oh my god.
Old Greg, and Lisa Rinna.
Old Greg.
Dragon Age The Veil Guards, he says, sadly, my PC had a lot of trouble running the actual game, but I had a lot of fun with the character creator. I remember being impressed with the hair and makeup options, and of course, I once again made Lisa Rinna. Honorable mention to Mass Effect, largely because he made a really hot, handsome Shepard. And he did include a screenshot. And
yeah, if you are listening to this podcast on YouTube, this image will now be present on your screen. You're welcome.
You need to have a timestamp specifically for that screenshot now.
Yeah, I'm making a note.
Yeah. You should make sure that like in the description there's a timestamp specifically that just says really handsome Shepard. There's no explanation. That's just all it says.
Jesus Christ.
This is also great because I think the only Shepards that I've seen that are very attractive have been the women. So he's done wonders by making one of the male Shepards and actually making him hot.
Yeah, I'd kiss him on the cheek, sure.
Just on the cheek.
Well, gotta start somewhere.
I'm pretty sure if we're talking about my favorite creative character team, it's probably like Madden 07 creative teams up there. So, shout out to creative team from the old Madden games, I guess.
I will say the Tony Hawk ones probably are my favorites. I haven't played them in forever, but I remember having grand old time with those. And and Saints Row. If I can just take Saints Row's character creator and put it in every other game, I would be very happy.
Oh, you know what? You reminded me of the Tony Hawk thing. We need more giant eyeballs as heads in character creators. Tony Hawk kind of like slayed that, and nobody has picked up on that in years. We need more of that.
That's part of why I like Saints Row so much, because a lot of character creators you kind of just make a human or whatever, but like Saints Row is the closest I think. Like you can have like metal skin if you want. You can have like prosthetic limbs. You can like lose an eye or something like that. So it does a lot of like it gives you a lot of creativity with making your character where like, and also like depending on the person, you can also just wear like full on mascot costumes in that game. So like you could be the ultimate furry if you wanted to in that game.
Oh.
Behold, the ultimate furry!
Inconceivable to the human mind.
Yeah.
This does remind me, I like Final Fantasy XIV's character creator. That's a good one.
That's funny.
Yeah, we need more creature creators, though. That's correct on that.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Isn't Final Fantasy one of those series where you have usually like an actual named main character?
14's the MMO.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
So normally yes, but for that one, obviously not.
Yeah, that threw me off.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
The Old Republic, yeah.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. That's like a character creator I like. I think that's one just because you're encouraged to roleplay so much. It's just fun to make different characters, even if it's not like, obviously, especially nowadays, a super advanced character creator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I did make a lot of Lego racers, dude. So frankly, that would probably be up there, even though it's really basic.
I don't think you can make a lot of Lego races. I don't think there's that many pieces
There's
to
a
a
lot of
Lego.
options.
Dog,
I mean, there's probably like 500 combinations or more.
yeah. Out of 3 pieces.
I think there's like 20 or 25. No, there's like 20 or 25 heads.
Yeah, no, I mean like 4 elements of a figure: the legs, the torso, the head, and a head on the head. and like, so
Dude, that's the weirdest Avatar: The Last Airbender reboot I've ever heard of.
the leg nation attacked. Oh my god, horrible.
Man, now I'm thinking about the fact that I want to later figure out how many freaking builds that you can have with minifigures later.
I would be actually. Yeah, I was trying to Google it and find a quick answer, but nobody here.
Because you can do the hat, the hair, the head, the body, and the legs. I think each of them had like 20 or 30 bits.
I bet it's even less than that. Man, I wish somebody put that on the internet to read. God damn it.
You hear that, readers? Or listeners? Whatever. You're reading the podcast, obviously.
Well, that would suck.
There'll be a lot of ones and zeros.
Yeah.
Maybe GameFAQs will have it. Old, reliable GameFAQs.
This is truly the mystery of the century.
God, all these guides are from like 2004.
The pinnacle of gaming, clearly. Nobody's writing about the Lego Racer character creator. This is my point, man. There's nothing to that shit.
Well, you say that, like I'm getting because you do unlock different parts to build your dudes as you go. Because you unlock like all the bigger parts of the guys you beat. Character creator.
I don't think that goes for Lego Racers 2. But yeah, I guess the first one maybe.
Yeah, but that's because Lego Racers 1 is the superior game.
That is so wrong, and you are all crazy for saying that. The entire population of this planet. God damn it.
Have you played 1?
I've played both, and I've played 2 at least 20 times more.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So not counting whatever they have for the default, there's at least 19 figures you unlock that have a different thing for each thing. So at least 19 times 5.
I don't believe that.
That's true.
I believe it when I see it, which will be never.
Oh, and I forgot, and you can alter their expressions too on the license plate. Or not license plate, driver's license.
Yeah, okay, I don't think Lego Racers 2 has that.
On the driver's license?
Which you probably only see once.
Yeah, because that's what they had for like the input the name, is that you had like a little driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And then there was like a little portrait, and you can change the yeah.
Now that's a character creator, everybody. Y'all can learn something from that, developers listening to this.
Yeah, man. Why don't you freaking learn from the Lego Racers character creator?
Good lord. Yeah, any other favorites to mention?
Yeah, I don't think we can top Lego Racer, honestly.
No, yeah, there we go. It's official now. How Long to Beat's favorite character creator is Lego Racer 1. Mark that down, it will be on the test later. All right. Let us Lego race on to the next section, which is the eternally untitled collection game. This episode, Leah will host as the most powerful of hosts with 17 points. It's still second place only on the overall scoreboard.
It's because of that Xenosaga Rampage I had.
Yeah, Roy on the throne with 18 points. Both Diallo and me only got 11.
Poor Diallo.
Yeah. Poor Diallo, what about me? What do you mean?
Because he's missed episodes.
Oh, yeah, well.
He hasn't even had the opportunity.
But he also missed the opportunity to lose points, which is also very valuable.
I think you're the only person who's lost points so far.
Yeah, well.
Veto. All right. So yes, I will be hosting this one. I'm gonna pull a random collection using the How Long to Beat website search, announce the title, creator, the amount of games, and then everybody gets 3 tries to guess the games on the list. And we also have power-ups that nobody but Matt has used so far.
And I might do it again. Yep.
So here we go. Why am I getting... How do you have a collection with 1 game?
The collection title is Best Character Creator, and it's just Lego Racer.
I mean, there you go.
Ooh, okay. Oh wait, this is Matt's.
Well, there's nothing against that in the rules, so...
I mean, true, there is a... I would be curious if Matt could even name the games on whatever his list
Yeah,
is.
I could embarrass myself, but also Roy still has the opportunity to veto before we even get to it. Leah is losing it.
So, you know what? Tell me what the title is.
Yeah.
Favorite itch finds.
Oh, gosh.
Veto.
Yeah, well...
There's no world I'm beating Matt in the favorite itch games collection.
Bummer.
Okay. Best of 2021. 14 games. Created by RSE Radish.
I don't know what came on 2021.
What was the name again?
I'm gonna veto that one.
Best
Fuck
of
it.
2021.
No, I'm gonna veto that one.
Alright. This is the most vetoes we've ever had.
Yeah, all used up.
Now we're gonna get something really, like, niche.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be like, fuck. If we could get one on my list,
True.
and then you'd really be fucked.
Yeah.
Ignoring the fact I'd fuck it up.
My favorites created by Abatage. 24 games.
Ooh, 24 favorites from Abatage.
Fuck, I don't know as much as Abatage. I do not know nearly as much as Matt. This has been a horrible reroll.
You know, no, the thing is, though, if I don't get shit here, I'm embarrassing myself really hard in front of my friend. And I'm scared now.
I like almost every list apparently has been... Well, we don't have a veto. I guess technically Rhea can veto it.
No. The host cannot veto. No. So Abatage's favorite fucking games I start. What the fuck has he been telling me about that he likes? Shit. Fuck.
Well, it just says favorites in general. It doesn't mean like favorites now.
What the fuck does that mean?
What the fuck does that mean?
Not stuff that he's played recently. It's like his favorites of all time. So
Well,
he couldn't have
yeah,
played
no,
recently,
I understand. Yeah. I
not
know
favorites
he...
of the
I mean,
year.
all we can do is start.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
All we can do is start.
I know what kind of genres he likes, but there's a lot of stuff in that field, and I'm not sure which title to call out. Oh my god.
I don't know that I know enough about him to really do stuff. So
I'm gonna say Dirt 2, I think is the title of the game. This is gonna be a miss.
No.
Yeah, okay. Oh my god.
No?
I cannot believe this, man.
I'm genuinely trying to think of what he's bid in Fantasy Critic League to get an idea of what genres he...
That's pretty good.
That's where my brain is at right now.
This is also kind of revealing who did not listen to the last season, huh?
I mean, to be fair,
it's like, I mean, to be fair, it's been like, what, a year?
Yeah, over
More
a year.
than a year?
Over a year, yeah.
over a year, yeah.
Yeah,
I know the genre he likes, I know the genre he doesn't like. Too many games in there to name one. Fucking hell.
Tetris.
No.
It's not gonna be there, but I don't got a better idea, man.
I think I know more about what he doesn't like than what he likes. Which is fucking bad, no? Oh my gosh. He loves video games, I'm sure.
Game.
Oh yeah, that is the description. That's exactly what the description is. Games are great.
Wait, what? There you go.
It would have been so good if somebody
There
paid
you
for
go.
the description on the power-up sheet. He also has a blog, and I did read a bunch of those back in the day. And oh my god, this sucks. How about... I'm trying to think of the specific game that he recommended to me, and I cannot remember the title. I'm gonna say Gran Turismo. Let's try another racing game.
No.
Oh, so he likes racing games, does he?
Yeah, he does. He does. I can give you that.
I'm gonna say Ghostwire Tokyo.
No.
Because I remember he was super excited for that to come out, and he was like, I enjoyed it more than the ranking.
I don't even remember that. If I don't get a single game on this list, I'm gonna be actually sad.
I feel like this is a hard list. These are not things I would.
It is a hard list.
Again, yeah. I can only think of the things that he doesn't like. I know plenty of those.
Another thing that collections should have is when this was like last edited and made. Because that's not here, and so I don't know.
Yeah,
how old
this could just be
listed.
old.
That would make sense. I thought that was a thing somewhere, huh? Weird.
You can sort by
Added,
user updated and user added, but I don't think it tells you.
The good thing for me is I have no stakes because I'm both in the lead and don't know Abatage as well as you do.
Yeah, you're winning here either way. Dude, I hate this. I feel so much pressure right now, and I'm not.
It just makes it harder.
Yeah. He hates Nintendo. He does not like platformers. He likes rally racing games, but
Yes.
good fucking
That
luck
I know.
naming a specific rally racing game that's on that list. That is impossible.
I do know that he's not a Nintendo guy. That I remember.
Yeah, I think there's a couple shooter games that he likes, but it's not generally big on the
Yeah.
genre.
I almost said one because I remembered he bid on a sequel to one once.
Yeah, definitely.
And
I think it was a
Fantasy Critically.
reboot, I believe. If you're thinking of the same thing, anyway.
I don't think we are.
Yeah, fair. I think he liked Quake. I'm gonna say Quake. Please.
Got it.
Saying Quake.
So I'm out.
Got one?
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, it's on
fuck!
yeah, you got one.
Oh thank God I can.
You actually got one.
I can sleep in peace tonight. Thank God.
I'm gonna say Company of Heroes 2.
Oh.
No.
Okay. So,
Damn.
So Roy is out.
I had another guess, but I don't think it would have been either. Alright.
Okay.
At minimum, you got your one, which
I-
is the biggest thing you didn't want to have happen.
Yeah. So
It was not
Quake
shut
was on there.
I probably should have just said Quake 2.
Possibly, but I can't imagine him putting like, you know, 2 of the same series on his favorite list of 24 titles. That doesn't seem like Abatage to me. I think he's more like
That's
he
true,
makes
Only
actually,
one
yeah.
he
per.
makes strong choices. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine he has Lego Racers on here right after you say that?
Definitely fucking not. So the game that
It is a racing game.
he recommended plenty of games to me, which is even worse now that I can't remember any of them off the top of my head. I remember one game he did recommend me was one where you are organizing a community on a ship or an ark, I believe, with a strong like plot about death and shit, I think. Or maybe it was a ship that was going into the underworld because it was all deceased people and you have to... That sort of thing. And I cannot remember the title, even though I know it's a fairly well-known thing and I do have it on my wish list. I don't even think Googling shit like that would like give it to me right now. Story Seeker? Let's try Story Seeker. I'm not even sure if that's anything.
You know you're in a good spot when you're not even sure if you're actually like guessing a game.
No.
That sucks ass.
All right, we gotta hear what the list is. Too,
Yeah.
everything. Just seeing my other guesses, I was just gonna say Sega, Sega Rally Championship, Sega Championship.
Yeah,
Rally
some
or
shit
something.
like that is surely
Oh.
on there, yeah.
Sega
No.
Rally Championship. That's what I was gonna say. All right,
No.
not on there. All right, so let's hear what's on here.
Assassin's Creed, Control.
We talked about Assassin's Creed like in the past 2 weeks. I'm fucking livid. Oh my fucking god, man.
You fool.
Genuinely, man.
Dangeresque, the Rumisode Triungulate, Dark Souls 3, Defcon, Descent,
Oh yeah.
Doom, Far Cry 2, God of War, Kane and Lynch Dead Man.
Which God of War?
Yeah, that's my question also. Hold on.
The original, probably.
2018.
Alright.
Max Payne, Myst,
Jeez.
Observation, Quake, Rage, Renegade Ops,
Rage.
Road 96, Tex Murphy, Under a Killing Moon, The Ascent, Sims 2,
Huh?
The Tiny Bang Story, which sounds great. I
Matt
need to know what
realizes he knows Abatage less than he thought.
Defcon and Assassin's Creed, I could have, should have gotten though. I knew that. Fucking hell,
Tribes
man.
2,
Oh
Unreal Tournament 2003,
yeah.
2003, and Virginia.
So not really like any racing games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see. But honestly, it doesn't actually surprise me too much. I know he loves racing games and he does play a lot of them. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me that he doesn't have like a favorite to pick out. He just goes through them all because he likes the genre. A lot of games still on there that I've never heard of, that I have no idea what they are, which is interesting.
Tiny Bang Story is less
Yeah.
exciting.
Well, maybe we can check him out.
It
Yeah,
looks cool,
yeah.
but it's a point and click.
And I hope Abatage never listens to
right.
this episode.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be funny if they ever come back for a guest spot.
We shall not
Alright,
talk
so
about
the end
this.
result is Matt +1.
Wait, no, don't I get a bonus as well because I won?
Oh
So
yeah, right. No, you're right. You're right. I forgot. It's Matt +4.
Yeah, it doesn't change the ranking at all, though.
Yeah, it does. You're not tied with Yellow.
Sure, yeah, okay, yeah.
And that does mean you're gonna host next time too.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's good. That's nice. Well, Abatage, first of all, Abatage, if you're listening to this, I owe you a jar of Vegemite. Hit me up if you're listening to this.
Vegemite.
And that is going to be all for this episode. Dear listeners, thank you. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed our yapping, and if you were watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed Diallo's Mass Effect dude. Please let us know about your favorite character creators or your criticisms towards missing features that you find often. And I guess that is it for us. See you around, and goodbye.
Bye.
Farewell. And if you know how many possible combinations there are in Lego Racers, let us know, because we are dying for the answer.
Yeah, you'll get a point on the scoreboard.